Alrighty, everybody. Time for another episode of Westward. Sorry we didn't get to go to our last one a couple weeks ago. I had a bad sinus cold. Kind of hard to talk when you were sneezing, couldn't breathe, and was starting to get a sore throat. First off, let me say hi to everybody. Hi, Zypher.
Hello.
Hi, Ghost.
Hi.
Hi, Demi.
Okay.
Hi, Floror.
Yeah, what up?
Wow.
In this session, we're going to probably give it the label the 310 to Mercy. For recap of the last stuff that went on, if you haven't already garnered, Mingo has told the gang about a stagecoach, an armored stagecoach coming in that was supposed to be carrying the town's payroll, quite a bit of money, along with other supplies and stuff that the town would use. There's been a feral uprising up to the northeast that has caused the town of Mercy's Marshal and most of their men to vacate the premises of their existing town. Who's popping stuff? Can't tell if they're talking to me or not.
No.
Oh, okay. But there was a feral uprising in the northeast. It's caused the Marshal to Mercy. Y'all were curious if this was true. Y'all sent people inside the town to investigate things. You learned that not only was it true, but there was apparently no mechs, or actually there was only one mech left, but it appeared to be malfunctioning or possibly even broken and currently being worked on. You also went to the Coochie Platch and met up with your additional party member, which is Demi's character, Rusty. And when we last left off, I do believe that y'all made your way back out of camp and were discussing plans to ambush the stagecoach. Cookie and the kid, Sinclair, went into town to buy supplies that previous morning. They came back with stuff to manage to manufacture some stuff. On your character sheet, Dickie, you have a total of 3 fragmentation grenades, the dynamite stick, and your improvised anti-vehicle mine is an actual monkey barrel mine.
Ooh.
Does a little less damage, but it's basically the equivalent to, powder keg, little barrel of fucking explosives. It's one of those things. Smaller blast radius, too.
Oh, shit. Well, I can't stick that in the bottom. There goes my master plan.
But at the same time, it's getting that when we start doing the planning and stuff, because you got to think about it. You do have a sniper, and then you have a target now. But you got 3 fragmentation grenades. You do have 2. They're basically the equivalent to like homemade ones. You do have 2 additional ones. I was wondering if you wanted to give them to other party members or not.
Sure, who wants one? Who believes that they have the skill?
Dexterity and throw is what you would use for a grenade.
I'm gonna be nowhere near this thing, so nah.
No, I don't have a throw. But hey, why not? I'll take one.
So Zeke will take one. You're not going to be near it, you say. Rusty will be inside of his mech, so I'm assuming that he doesn't want one.
I'll pass.
Alright. The one Rojo brother that's good at throwing already has some. So if you want, you can, give both to maybe Zeke, maybe?
Sure. Let's double fist this thing.
Double fist them nades.
Right,
I don't know how good of an idea that is, but I'll probably do it too, so I can't even fault you.
Well, one action, one throw.
Yeah.
I updated your sheet, Zeke.
Excellent.
I mean, there's not a big hand feature I can take where I can throw 2 grenades at the same time. It's my good hand.
Alrighty. So y'all had, I think it was 4 days till the coach, the wagon was due to arrive. We will move you on. Start setting up your ambush. Post a link in game. That is Zypher's picture. Remember, you do have two maps total that y'all have to work with. So if you want to split your men up, that is one idea. If you want to stay in one spot, that's another. But we need to figure it out.
So when you say 5 for the grenade,
Blast area.
yeah, blast area. What does it 5?
It's a 5 meter radius.
5-meter radius.
Give me a sec. I'll show you.
Each square is 1 meter, correct?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay, cool.
See that on the
Man,
map?
it exploded.
Yeah, I see that.
Map exploded.
Is that the dynamite or the
That's a hand grenade blast radius.
what the?
That's pretty big.
Wait,
It's a
Oh,
5
man.
meter. That's a 5 meter radius.
5-meter radius?
We're gonna fuck this thing
No,
up.
that's too big. That's 15-meter diameter. It should be 5 smaller.
Oh god, the dynamite's gonna fucking swallow the screen. Holy shit.
Yeah, dynamite just party wipes us.
Let me see.
No,
Monkey Barrel mine is 12, 20, 25.
Is that 10 roughly?
Yeah. And how big would be the monkey barrel mine? Twice this? What's on the screen?
25.
Yeah, a little over twice that size.
Holy shit.
So we need to put
Can we see
that.
Like,
So
see
either
how
we
far
open
away
with
I
that or we
stand?
close with that, because we don't want to be anywhere near that fucking thing if it goes off.
I say it's our last ditch effort, you know?
I thought our last ditch ever was we put the mech at the end. And wrestle with it.
You can put him in the dirt and have him crank it up and wrestle.
So I was thinking if I'm either behind this bush here or this bush here, and you have the first grenade kind of go here, the second grenade kind of go here, create a box effect.
Fuck, I don't want to move. Alright, so my thinking was monkey barrel mine, open with it, mech at the end, but here's what I would say. So, monkey barrel mine, like, we're gonna freehand this shit. Okay, we're gonna get purple and, or is this pink? We're gonna get pink and cute.
Yeah,
so over here,
set your colors the way you like.
over here somewhere, so that the blast, when it goes off, is not gonna completely eviscerate this thing. So I would like to catch it towards like sort of the midpoint of blast if possible in that blast radius. And maybe fuck up some wheels and shit. You know, fuck up some wheels and just I doubt it's gonna fuck up the treads. I mean, that thing looks sturdy, but we could fuck up hardcore, like do some pretty serious damage, jolt the drivers inside. I mean, you know, we could fuck this shit up. So monkey barrel mine here goes off, blast radius, fuck some things up, and then we open up with just a reverie of grenades and shit, riding on the horses, and right around here-ish, we bury Rusty's mech a little bit, or just cover it up, and then he busts out and starts wrestling.
So, but the thing is this, he's in the path, so if we don't stop it, they're gonna run him over. Just keep that in mind.
Well, our point is to try to slow it here with what we're doing. This is all, everything down the line of the road is just harrying it, you know? If we stop it in the road before it gets to him, great. That's what I wanted. And then besides just the monkey barrel, I want to dig holes and put rocks up and shit like that. I mean, we got 4 days. Let's, you know, where those circles are, let's do holes and fucking rocks just all up and down the road. Just trying to make them, because we don't want this thing to get straight line speed. We want it to have to turn and move and, you know.
So we should.
So that when it
maybe put some holes like over here too.
I would want to put some holes or some rocks right before where the mech is, so it has to divert a little bit so that it's not coming at him full speed. Like give him some speed bumps and shit where they have to slow down.
Two, like here, like one there maybe.
Like we're gonna make this a fucking backcountry road with potholes and shit that you just hate to drive now because it fucks your wheels and shit up. That's my plan. Is to just I don't think anything short of just hitting a direct hit with the monkey barrel mine and getting some really lucky tosses. We're not gonna stop the thing just with our weapons unless we get lucky.
Yeah.
So it's gonna boil down to let's fuck this thing up as much as we can before it gets to the mech, and then see what happens. And make sure that our mech has every possible advantage, and have some rocks like around the back end in case Rusty gets bucketed.
Sounds good. So I'm only going to use one grenade then. As soon as the first monkey barrel goes off, I'm going to throw a grenade just to ensure that. Because if the monkey barrel is going to come from the side, the grenade will be in front of them, so that should obscure any vision.
Fuck, man, we could even put a monkey barrel in one of the holes and dig over it, and put dirt over. No, we'd have to set it off some way. We don't have a remote detonation thing, so it wouldn't work.
We don't have any. What do you call that? What do dynamites have? What's the?
Oh, the ignition line, or the line that you set on fire. Yeah, I'm sure we do, but I mean, those guys in the thing probably aren't retarded. I mean, if they see like something like sparkling out towards the side, see a line of black, they're like, oh, okay, let's not go that way.
What if we also do this where where you put the arrow for the monkey barrel, we put a whole bunch of rocks in front of it. So the rocks and the blast kind of hit the.
That's
yeah.
He was worried about his internet connection, his Wi-Fi.
So like just the rocks will launch. That could backfire on us though, because this thing's gonna blow big. So what if we hit these rocks and it's like, hey, the rocks worked, and then all of a sudden,
it's rocks.
Bull is fucking dead because he just ate a boulder to the mouth. Like, yeah. I don't think I don't think that Harry's gonna be very happy if we kill his bodyguard with rocks. Or kill one of us, since you're gonna be kinda close. Hey, Zypher, eat this fucking rock sandwich from the dynamite we just blew up in the corner here. Turn your face into fucking pasta. So yeah, my thinking is safe distance away. Let's put the barrel somewhere around here so we catch it enough on the blast radius, and then just turn this into a fucking backwoods rally track where you're just swerving and swinging to avoid potholes and rocks and all this other shit. This thing might be strong where it can just plow through rocks, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I like that.
And then just a lot of holes and shit right before the mech, and then the mech pops out. The mech can even pop out of a fucking hole if we dig it right. It's like, hey, what's up, motherfucker? And then... Oh shit! He could be hanging out in a hole and just punch this fucking thing when it's going by him. I don't know if that would do, if he would have enough force to tip it, but... No, I'd rather have him wrestle with it.
Yeah, because if he misses it, then we're all done for.
Yeah. Then we don't get the money.
Cool. I guess this is as good as a plan as any.
So you're talking about up in here, you want to make like a chokehold to where it will slow down the amount of speed that they can travel through it.
All through it if we can. Just rocks and holes everywhere.
But also kind of not let the not rocks like these, but then slightly buried, so it looks like natural rather than something that's been put in the way to make it, so it looks just like a rocky road with just sharp rocks pointing out of the ground, not something that's been placed as an obstacle.
I mean, I don't give a shit if they know we placed it there. They gotta go this way. So...
I mean, they're gonna know we placed it there when there's a fucking explosion right next to them.
No, sure, but they're approaching this bend, so they can see this from far away, right? So, I guess you don't want them to like get the sense that something is wrong up ahead.
I almost want to have the mech closer, just because when they hit that bend, they have to slow down. Or else they're gonna... I mean, if you're going as fast as you possibly can and you take a hard turn, you're gonna risk flipping your shit over. They're gonna have to slow down at least a little bit, and then the mech's there. It's like, oh, hey. But...
If you would, Ghost, remove those drawings up there where you just did the rocks and the squiggly.
Not giving me the option. I think you can do it.
Here, you try it. Try it now.
Huh.
So just like left click and drag.
You have to like wide select it.
Yeah.
You have to like click away from it and pan over it. And it'll select the entire drawing.
It's selected.
Just hit delete. It'll delete it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's weird they didn't have a prompt for that, like, in your menu, but fair enough. They just assume the Roll20 user isn't retarded, but I defy expectations every time, so... I'm gonna do something unconventional and be retarded on Roll20.
Yeah. So
wait, no.
If I'm there, from there I can throw around.
Oh, damn it. Make it brown.
What can brown do for you?
Hey, that's my line.
More like, who can brown do it to? Hey.
Hey. Is that what I think it is? Ian?
What?
That brown stuff that was just popped up on the screen.
I was just marking the rough estimation of territory. It's doo-doo stain.
Diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna for a couple of days.
There's just shit all over the place.
Just smear. The sad thing is that wouldn't even necessarily be that bad of an idea. We should just bought a bunch of fucking butter and put it on the road.
What?
So you're wanting to slow it down to go through that. Rusty, where were you? What were you thinking about doing?
Oh, Rusty's new
What
to the
the hell
gang,
is
you know?
this?
So he's just
I
gonna take the
bought a whole- I went
recommendation
to
from the
town
big
and
old
bought a whole
boss.
bunch of fucking butter.
What?
What?
A recommendation from the boss.
He's not gonna throw any ideas out there. He's a new guy. He's trying to prove himself. So he'll take whatever job's given to him, yeah? And he'll do his best to impress there. But he's not gonna be like, oh, well, here's my idea.
Harry likes the idea of slowing it down because it makes sense, because that's a natural, looks like a slowdown point anyway, where stuff comes in and tries to curve around and adjust for the bend in the road. To clutter it up, the key would be making it look like it was natural. I.e. weather down, dig trenches and smooth them out. That in itself is a considerable amount of work to do. Were you going to actually try to dig a hole? Harry seems kind of mixed either way when it comes towards that. If you're going to try and hide the mech somewhere in the road, if you would want it down further on the map, or would you actually want it somewhere close to where it could try and get to the coach while it's slowing down?
I mean,
I'm not
if
thinking
we
there's
can
much of a
build a
point in hiding
barrier, like a visual barrier to where the mech can build up some momentum, because I think if the mech could build up momentum and push, you could knock this thing on its fucking ass. And you put a turtle on its back, it's not going anywhere. So, I mean, I would love for him to get side charged. The thing is, like, if they see him at all and they can hit the gas, then they're, if I see something if I see a steambot sprinting at me, I'm not just gonna fucking like, oh no, I mean, if I have enough time to dip out, if we can slow it enough and maybe we can make the mech look like a natural fucking formation somehow. I don't really know how we'd do that, but
Have it like curl up into a ball and look like a rock.
There is a sizable boulder over here.
if we can put him behind it so we can get a nice big push on it, then yeah. Because I would love nothing more than for the mech to get a good side bang into this and just launch it, or just tip it over.
Because if he was to try and hide his presence behind the rock, a base move of 12, he could easily go into the thing. And you could hit it from that side while you guys try your best to hit it on the opposing side. And some kind of...
So, first question is, are
Because
we
you could...
going
Go ahead,
to
go ahead.
use the monkey barrel or not?
Yeah, well, I think we switch plans, make the mech priority and the monkey barrel the last ditch.
Okay, so
Because the monkey barrel, I think we just go with the intent to completely disable and or just like we don't want to destroy it, but we want the monkey barrel is like, okay, we're taking the risk of this potentially destroying the fucking turtle
So then,
because the monkey barrel is gonna blow big.
There's also the
Yeah,
notion of
with the
if you use the monkey barrel here, in theory, not only would the coach be slowed down, it would be hindered by the road suddenly getting exploded.
hold on. From there, it's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's what?
Oh
20
shit! The
it-
fucking monkey barrel could blow up before and just open the fucking road up and just like make it a hole basically.
yeah, just make a hole in the ground.
And then the turtle's just like, oh shit! Straight down.
Well, now we're in a hole. Whoops.
it would be forced to try and do some major off-road because, you know, ideally this thing wouldn't have enough room to spin around in here anyway, and you have no idea how fast it backs up and stuff like that. So.
Or maybe we should just dig a real big fucking hole in the middle of the road and hope it falls down it.
That was my original plan. My original plan was we just dig a pit.
Do some fucking Acme shit.
In theory, most professional ambushes usually detonate something in front of the target and behind the target to basically chokehold it in.
That's what I was going to do with the grenades.
I don't think the grenades would do enough to, unless we have stuff set up to proxy off the grenades.
Yeah, one of the Rojo brothers, they could be up here and toss grenades behind the vehicle.
The other thing is, you could have a couple of the group try and attack the turtle slightly ahead of this, like somewhere a little further from here, right? So their attention is completely on the folks chasing them down, and as they get closer, you blow this up, so they'll have even less time to react to the big hole in the ground. So you make it look like the attack is coming from the back, and then you open up the ground in front of them. Even though the folks chasing the turtle will not make a big difference on the turtle. It's just that you're diverting their attention somewhere else.
So I have people come in off map from up here behind them.
Yeah, behind them. Kind of make it look like we're chasing the turtle down. So they will try and pick up the pace to get away. And then you blow your monkey barrel somewhere over here. And by which time they won't have enough time to react to.
So you'd have a couple riders here to attack to gain their initial interest.
Mm-hmm.
As they're approaching the hindered bumpy ground.
Mm-hmm.
When their attention's on those two people, you would then detonate a big explosion here. And why they're really realizing
I think hit it from the mech, like right here.
Yeah, while they're realizing there's something coming from behind them, the road just blew up ahead. You could have people pop up over here, and the mech from over here, basically just corner box it.
Yep.
Okay, now where do you want to put people? I put the tokens on the map. Rusty up here in the corner. You're thinking what, trying to hide them over here?
So let's start with the monkey barrel, right? Let's put it so that we know its blast radius is not going to affect anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So let's map that out.
It's going to be a 25-meter radius of explosion.
25-meter radius of explosion. So
yeah, it's been pretty fucking brutal.
Yeah, where you are right now, Fumbles, you're fucked.
That's 10 meters. To double it.
It's going to be massive.
Yeah.
So we're going to be pretty far fucking back.
I think everybody's got to be back behind where like Buckshot and Kid are. I think we'll have to be there.
I mean, is that going to hit the fucking rust bucket even? Where we sit right here?
Nah, it's not going to hit the rust bucket. It's too far.
Wait, that's not 25 meters, that's the blast radius, so it needs to be, what, 50 meters?
I mean...
25-meter blast radius, right? So the diameter is going to be 50.
Yeah, 15 was 10, 20, 30, be 40. 40 should be 50. Or somewhere in between 40, 45.
It's fucking... Holy shit.
So I think if we put here, Rusty's going to be fine. He's going to be just out of the blast radius from my origin. But everybody else at that point has to be where Mad Mark is sitting, at least. This thing is ridiculous.
Wait, that's only 38.
Yeah, I mean, the monkey barrel is centered and then 25 meters in each direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
We could move it down a little bit. I mean, for it to feel the full effect, I mean, it would be. It had to be within 12 meters for the first. I mean, 'cause if it takes the first like 12 meters worth of damage, we're talking 1d plus 100. Like, this thing is gonna get fucking rocked, and it's on its armor level. So, I'm just saying. There's the potential we could just absolutely fucking destroy this thing, so...
Yeah, so we don't want
Isn't it one above its armor level? Because
no.
It's
Turtle's
explosions for buildings?
No, because the monkey's barrel is heavy. Turtle's heavy, I believe. I believe. I mean, I don't know, but it sounds like it would fit the MO. So it's going to be a scaled heavy, I believe.
All demolitions should be expansive damage.
I've got here monkey barrel.
It's for buildings.
Heavy.
It would do double.
Oh, okay. Oh, so yeah, maybe. Damn.
It's got damage skill heavy.
Yeah. Okay, we'll have to go back to any vehicle then. Any vehicle mine then. Basically, be a homemade equivalent. I didn't even realize that was expansive. I thought it was heavy as well. I misread it.
It says it on mine, heavy.
Yeah. I misread it out of the rule book when I.
Oh, okay.
When I edited it.
Oh shit. So it would have absolutely destroyed it. Holy fuck! 200 points of damage.
6, 20. I'm editing now.
Well.
So wait, then how do we set off the mine though? Would you still shoot it?
Has to drive over it.
No, you have to make a roll to set it where you think it's going to be the right time.
Mm.
No, but so you're like, but how do you activate it? Which is like by shooting at it, but like remote or.
The way they see, that's another vague area they do. The way they do with demolitions, it's made to like destroy buildings and extremely large structures. What you do is you make an aptitude plus demolitions check to make sure that it goes off at the right time. Because it's the difference between like thrown explosives and demolitions is thrown explosives are meant to like hit human personal targets. Demolitions are meant to be like set, not really in combat. It's basically meant to be set, left alone, and then if you make the roll, it goes off at the right time.
I see. Okay, fine, cool. That simplifies it a lot.
20.
Oh, I got that. Don't worry about it.
It's meant for like, we're gonna go in and we're gonna talk to this guy, and then we don't expect the talking to go very well. So if we can get out, then we'll just set off this bomb, which we set up earlier.
Ah, okay.
Okay, there, now it's updated. And 50 meters. Go another 3 squares. Y'all gonna shit.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's about the size of the map.
We're gonna have to be really far back. So, Mad Mark has the right idea. Get the fuck out of the way.
Rusty has the best idea. He's like on the other end of the map. His mech is like, you guys take the map. I'm out of here.
Fucking Rusty's like, yeah, you know, I like some parts of this plan, especially the part where I'm not next to where the fucking mine is.
Oh shit!
Okay. gonna singe Mark's eyebrows off from that distance.
It's okay, I don't need them.
It's fucking amazing. Oh, I Dammy, I hope you succeed for just for the fun of it, but I hope you fail so I can see how absolutely fucking retarded this is gonna be when everybody sees what happens. Because I'm assuming they don't know exactly how bad this is gonna be. Fumbles make the explosive. It's like, yeah, we're going to get that explosive balls, don't worry about it, no problem.
You got it. I'll make that explosive. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
So basically, we just need to place this explosion somewhere, find the middle of this explosion, and then put the monkey bomb there.
No, I've only got the
vehicle mine or whatever we've got.
Yeah, I don't. Holy fucking shit! It's gonna be a fucking crater.
Good enough.
This is incredible.
An anti-vehicle mine. Of course, it only has a center blast radius of 3 meters.
Oh, it's fine. I think that we're
That's some pretty potent, fucking overpowered explosives, though. If you look at the damage, because it's half damage, or it's heavy damage, so it's doubled against personnel.
Yeah.
Personal size stuff. So even at maximum range, it does 120, which doubles to 240.
Oof.
Yeah. So
any human target 25 meters away from its center mass is going to get fucking eradicated.
yeah, Mingo, go ahead and ride in there. You'll be fine.
Don't worry about it.
Get behind the covers. Up the lie. No, yeah, I think that just about every. Oh, and if Rusty doesn't happen to knock the turtle over, I think it's in his best interest to get the fuck back after he misses that. Just as a heads up, Demi, because you would be in the blast radius if you move forward.
Where are we placing this thing?
Within
once
3
we figure
meters
out
of
the exact
vehicle
spot
going.
where we place this thing, then we can put everyone else away from 25 feet away from it.
25 meters.
25 meters
Holy
away from it.
shit, that's
We
brutal.
place it off-world.
We're gonna
Put it
have
on the
an
next
alien
planet
creature
over.
run this mine into. We're gonna put a squig. We're gonna get him. We're gonna strap this mine to his ass and sprint him into the.
We're gonna get somebody from Zephyr's upcoming Star Trek game.
Just remember 53 units. Because this thing's taking up the map, I gotta shrink it down and move it so we can set up other stuff.
Jesus fucking Christ. Everything
So
else
let's
just seems
find-
inadequate.
Let's find a direct square where we can put this thing, and then we will figure out 25 feet away from it and put everybody there.
I'm thinking you probably set it off screen.
Yes.
down that direction away. That way it'll give you this ridge line.
To actually do stuff? Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, like up to the northeast of that ridge line where you can actually set up your people.
And then the rust bucket can just... Good luck.
So fuck whatever is over here, because that's not going to be there anymore.
It's gonna launch that shit in the air, so just watch out.
Yeah, I'm going to be kind of terrified if we get lucky but really unlucky and the fucking turtle ends up going airborne. Like, oh no. And by the way, you've got to move.
Also, too, are you going to be mounted on horseback, or are you going to be on the ground?
I'm gonna be laying here on this ground.
Because it is conceivable to be laying down with your horses in ambush as you start, and then get up on them and stuff like that.
Probably going to... I mean, I put the CP into horses, so...
Yeah,
might
but
as well use it.
when that thing kind of when the blast occurs, You'll have to like do something to calm the horses down, right? I think.
It might be a riding control to gain control of them, you know?
Mm. I'm not going to be on my horse. I'm just going to be on the ground.
All right. Did you move yourself somewhere on the
Yeah,
map?
I'm right behind Rusty.
Behind Rusty.
Yeah, as in right here.
Oh, you're in that tree. Okay.
That way, if I have to throw a grenade, I still can.
Dickie, you're gonna be there.
As long as I ain't gonna eat my own explosive right there, then. Yeah.
Wait, so if that is the case, then I'm going to be on my original, which is here. Gives me an opportunity to throw a grenade if bad shit happens.
Please don't fuck that grenade throw, by the way. You'll kill both of us.
Cookie will be up here. What the fuck? Go on, get him, guys! I'm in my cheerleader outfit.
I'm over here cooking, don't mind me. I got some grits cooking up on.
About sending people to attack them from behind to gain their interest. To the Rojo brothers.
Is Bull going to try to wrestle the turtle as well, or no? Oh, okay.
Where's my art? No, I don't want South Park people. I want a horse.
Is Rojo eating that horse's ass? There you go. Oh, never mind. Totally inappropriate. Sorry, YouTube.
Tossing salads with a man.
Good job. You got us demonetized. Jeez.
There goes that 25 cents.
I know, man. Probably not even.
Who's gonna buy my chewing gum now? Son of a bitch.
What was that?
It's like fucking $1 for a pack now.
More than that. It's like $2.50.
Damn, what kind of gum are you buying?
I buy gum at the convenience store that I work at, so it's probably like I'm probably paying $1.50 for convenience.
Oh god.
Gucci gum. Listen to
Go-
me, mangoes. Going with them.
It has Supreme. It has the word Supreme on it.
Gum power.
Go to Dollar Tree and buy extra fucking 4-packs for $1. Bang.
I bought a bag of gumballs at Dollar Tree for $1.
Spicy.
Yep. Well, actually, they were sour gumballs, so not spicy.
Mmm. Disgusting.
Good though. They were only $1 though, so I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of expectation there. They were good for what they were.
Send those 4. More stuff to hide. Whoop. So the Rojo brothers, Mingo and Baptiste, will attack from behind. Doyle. Sinclair will hide up here by this rock. Actually, it'd be, yeah, where are y'all at? Put him here. Actually, he's got a horse, so put him down here with his horse. Bull. B. Crouch down here. And do believe that is everyone. So you're wanting to choke the ground, make it bumpy, rumpy. When they start coming down, have them attack from behind to try and drive them forward, gain their attention. Are you going to blow the mine once they gain their attention, like you said?
I thought we blow the mine as... I guess it's not really as a final resort. Have to plan it out and hope it doesn't completely fuck us over.
I mean, the mine is just like... The mine is more if Rusty can't knock this thing over.
Okay.
And then we just blow the fucking mine, and that will probably do it.
Cheat sheets. So you're going to be spending 4 days doing this. I want everybody here to give me a dexterity and athletics roll. Actually, having a good skill for the athletics is like bouncing and doing ninja shit. Let's make it digging, moving. You don't have skills in this anyway. Give me a strength attribute roll, and you can use either athletics, lift, push, pull, or stamina, depending on if you have it or not.
And
Can I
if you
use
don't,
a rust
we
bucket
just
for
put
this, or
0
what?
for skill dice?
Yeah, if you don't have this, if you don't have any of this, it'll just be straight up strength. And what was your question, Demi?
About the rust bucket. Am I using that for this, or am I doing it myself?
Give me a rust bucket. It would be... I don't think you have structure on. There's your strength of 3.
Like rusty strength?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3D.
Yeah, give me a strength roll on that. And... be... Yeah, because you're using the structure of the mech. Give me your strength. And... the mech's mobility 3 as the skill dice.
So that would be on... So am I just rolling 2 different dice on this, or what?
No, if I remember right, I think he has your attributes. Yeah. Click your mech, then do a skill check. Change the attribute to strength. Number of skill dice is 3 because that's what your mobility is. You're digging and it's loose sand, moving rock. I'm going to give you a good advantage. No action penalties and no modifiers. He got a 6 on his wild die. You could roll again. Roll a wild die positive. Oh my god, dude. That was
Holy
like
shit.
fucking 47.
You're really good at digging holes, man.
Impressive, I know.
You're earning fucking brownie points by putting on a display with this cargo loader, because to you it's just another day on the docks, man. It's literally, it's just hey, we need to move this boulder over. Picking the boulder up, just putting it down. You know, everybody's just like, my god, why the hell didn't we have one of these years ago? You know.
Damn, well, I can dig him some dirt. Push boulders around too.
Mad Mark and Dickie is having trouble successfully contributing. They're doing minor stuff like digging, smoothing out stuff, and like that. But it's starting to take its toll on you. End result, if it wasn't for the mech's outstanding success, the road wouldn't have been properly dug out. But you have transformed what was normally... Where is it again? Where's my vehicles? What was normally a normal dirt road is now considered to be a wet dirt road. I'm sorry. What was normally a normal dirt road is now considered to be like those penalties is somewhere in between 3, 4. It's considered to be a normal. Yeah, that would make sense. Trying to clear. It's not really wood. It's somewhere in between. Let's say maybe a -4 penalty to everything. -4 mobility penalty, -4 acceleration, and +4 deceleration. Okay. You've managed to dig and smooth out the road. If anyone will realize it's an obvious, apparent attempt, you do not know until they try to go through it. So here I'm going to roll 2d6. Oh my god.
Snake eyes.
To roll. Was it on my table? I had another 2d6. How many of y'all here? 4 of y'all? Go by your characters' names. Alphabetical. Your actual name. So, M, R, R, or M, or E, M, R, R, be Rusty. Should Mac have a, radio on it? No, your Mac doesn't have a... Okay, at the end of your first day, of digging and working on the road as you're gathering up, washing off, enjoying Cookie's food. Move you to the camp. At the end of your first day of digging and moving everything around, y'all come in after a hard day's work. People seem to be really impressed with Rusty's performance. Harry even basically gives you a nod, and he's like, "You did a good day's work."
Oh, thank you, Mr. Harry, sir. But if we're being honest, I was really hoping to get away from digging by joining up with your gang. But I'll do what I can.
He's like, "Well, if we get a hold of that payroll," he says, "there'll be lots of days of doing nothing for each of us." Y'all don't really have the communications equipment, so there goes that encounter. Well, at least it's triggered anyway. End of the first day, y'all enjoy a nice meal. You can tell a lot of people are getting excited. They hope that the days to come work goes as smoothly. Cookie, of course, cooks up a quick dinner. He's got the equivalent to venison, even though it's not really a deer. It's sort of some other animal. Ugly, shaggy, pelted, wildebeest-looking thing. But it tastes good. A little gamey. Cooking up, enjoying, talking shit, getting all hyped up. Mingo seems to be mingling around with his distant cousins, the Rojo brothers. Seem to be conversing in their Asian Spanish hybrid language. Buckshot, he's just like getting liquored up. He's like having a good old time. He's like, "I can't wait." He says, "I can't wait to kick some ass and bust open that safe." He says, "Man, I'm gonna get all them bits. You know where I'm going, don't you? Ain't no coochie clutch this time. I'm gonna buy me one of them mail order brides." Baptiste, he just seems to be like feeding off of everybody else's exuberance and camaraderie. He's just weaving in the shadows and
A spooky fucking dude.
But, well, seeing how y'all can't really encounter that encounter, the first day, you know, y'all retreat, go to bed, sleep things off, and then
Once this deal is done, we won't have to eat whatever this is. We'll be having turtle soup.
But first day passes well enough. Y'all manage to go to sleep. Y'all are tired. Those of you that failed your day rolls, you can't go to bed fast enough. And basically snore through the night, wake up the next morning, and go back out. And spend the second day doing stuff. Go ahead and repeat the process the second day. This would be the last roll that we make. So it'd be your strength plus, well, I don't think any of y'all has the skills. Athletics, lift, push, pull, stamina.
Hey!
I have stamina.
21.
We doing the same advantage before or not? For me.
Yeah, you got good advantage because you're still in the mech.
Ooh, one on the wild.
Yeah, you got to roll a negative wild die, Rusty.
That's pretty good.
5 is what the 5 highest. So he loses a total of 3 from the 25. And Ezekiel 17. Mad Mark. Mad Mark. It's still 1, 2, 3, 75% plus everybody else is 7%. Cool. Second day is tiring for Mad Mark, but it seems to be going well enough, making progress, moving some more. Luckily from yesterday, the rust bucket helped out a lot more, so basically it gave you the advance into the next following day. Alright, cool. Y'all manage to retreat back, and you come back to the camp for the second day. You know, the spirits are still pretty exuberant, though Mad Mark, he immediately, like, eats light and goes to bed because it's starting to take its toll on him. It's some artist work that you're doing, you know. You're trying to dig up holes and move big boulders and basically try to clusterfuck that whole, what is it, like 4 by 16 area. You're also surveying spots and stuff like that, setting up ambush, you know, katas and stuff like that. Like, okay, I'll put my guns here. Look at that, draw a bead down here. Go down there and put this little peg here in the ground, use it as a sight mark for my sniping. Second night, managed to make it all right. Ezekiel, Marcus, Richard. Okay. Reason doing private messages, I can describe it. We're all adults. During the night, during the campfire, you know, people, they start busting out, like, oh, Buckshot Bill gets liquored up and he starts busting out his little electronic mouth harp instead of the regular one. It's got like the little fuzz thing on it, like a guitar. And he starts like starts busting it out, and y'all are having a good time. And Dickie, while you're poking around the fire and stuff like that, just all glazed-eyed looking at him, you know, just all with that shit-eating grin he's got on his face. You just, out of the blue, feel a chill run down your spine. No particular reason. It's just enough to make you wonder what, you know, just like, woo. But you quickly just shake off the notion of it, but it's just enough to make you just, you know, stand out above all the other events that goes on. You eventually go resume your normal stance and stuff like that. Just an unusual sensation. A foreboding sensation.
Alright, I'm back in.
Oh, you didn't even hear. You weren't even here.
No, I fucking fell out. Oh no.
That's funny. See, he really felt it in real life too.
What happened?
I think he's just kind of sitting there with his mouth open, drooling.
Yeah. during the camp. Okay, you didn't even hear that. We're gonna rewind now. During the second night, while you all gather around the campfire and enjoying stuff, Buckshot Bill gets a little liquored up and he busts out his mouth harp. It's not your normal mouth harp. It's like a little electronic enhanced one. It's got like a little fuzz buster on it, kind of like the guitars, you know. Mm-hmm. He starts twanging like, yeah, you know, it's just normal outlaw camaraderie as y'all are out drinking. But you're just like poking through the fire and stuff, you know, like just picture the shot of the cackling flames lighting up your cockeyed face, grinning with a shit-eating grin. You're probably growing a nip, grabbing a moonshine jug, like blowing into it, going along with them, you know. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But during the whole bit of camaraderie and stuff, there's a point during the night, just this cold chill runs down your spine. It just hits you with a, you know, just out of nowhere sensation, just enough to make you look around and stuff like that. And it's kind of like just an uneasy, foreboding type of situation, enough to draw your attention away from all the festivities and look around your surroundings, but you don't see anything out of the ordinary. So you eventually resume, you know, back to normalcy and continue on, but just kind of out of the blue for no reason. But the rest of your second night, that's fine and dandy.
Gonna make Dickie shiver. Ooh, cold.
Next couple days you continue out to do everything and basically start practicing your runs and stuff. Like the next day would be actually practicing the run, where Mingo and the other three would be practicing what angle they would go in. They would try to basically set up a spot where they could lay down on their horses, wait for the vehicle to go by, and then freaking hop up and start hooting and hollering, shooting coming in. You'll make sure that you have a good vantage spot. You have, like, you know, your ammo reloads, your recasing, your ammunition if you need to, cleaning and oiling the guns. And that's the third day setting out. The fourth day, you've basically the end of that. It's all right, but we're going to go ahead and have everybody do a strength and stamina roll to see how the past 4 days have basically taken their toll on you.
So same roll from before, or just like a normal one?
This would be you as a human being. This would be you as a human being, but because it's you. It's just...
I rolled a 5. Oh man.
Rusty must have points in stamina.
Gonna be a big, strong man to handle a mech.
Rusty doesn't have points in stamina. It should have just been guys. Yeah, this would just be you, Rusty, not your mech.
Yeah, I clicked on. Wait. So it's supposed to be 3D because it's strength, right?
Yeah, you click on your icon.
Yeah, I did, but I had my name selected as him, I think. So no matter what icon I pick, I had the name as Rusty's mech. Why'd I roll 66?
I left click on you and it did it fine. There you go. You got
Yeah, just did it again. It's the same thing.
No, yeah, it's 66 again.
What are you entering in? Are you entering? Should just be your strength. You don't have any points in stamina.
Are you clicking on your token or your mech's token?
I'm clicking on Rusty's icon, right? And then for number of skill dice, you put 3?
No. You just click
strength
attribute.
Oh.
You don't have any points in the stamina skill, so it'd be a 0 skill.
Bam.
All right.
14.
Rusty's got a 14. But he was in his mech, so he's cool. Mad Mark, your task digging. You rolled a 1. Oh, you rolled, yeah. You can.
I rolled a 5.
Cypher did good. Cypher's not a stranger. He actually has points in stamina, don't he?
Yeah.
All right. Dickie and Mad Mark. Whenever you do a modifier, you're doing a -1 modifier to whatever rolls you make during the day of the ambush. So whenever you do your key and skills, it says final modifiers. Type in -1. So y'all go to sleep on the night of the 4th night. No need for encounters because you already triggered the 1. My God, I can't believe those snake eyes. Well, no, you rolled snake eyes for the triggering encounter, not the actual counter result. So that encounter result's gonna. Right. So that night, basically, Harry ushers everybody to bed early. Tomorrow's a big day, everybody. No drinking. Got to keep your wits about you. You know what to do. Let's make this work. Mingo's immediately busting up with pride. He's like, "Oh, don't worry, Harry. We're going to do it. Says we will crack that puppy open, and we will get all the shiny bits inside, and we will all be rich men." Cookie immediately, like y'all are talking, busts out. He goes, "Then what, Harry?" Says, "Then where will we go?" Harry just cuts him a deadpan look and has that look of, I haven't really even thought about that. Like you can't linger around here. Well, let's see how it goes first. We all might be going to hell.
Definitely gonna be going to hell if you stay next to that mine. Whew.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern.
Oh, you don't worry about it. I took care of that mine. It's just fine. It's fine.
Yeah, he like leans up, gets in your face. You damn well better have. I don't want any other mishaps. Nothing like brambleweed.
Oh, Brambleweed was just a little extra powder, boss. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. It ain't gonna happen again. I learned, boss. I learned.
I guarantee you my last shot before I enter hell will be between your eyes.
And I'm just standing looking at him cross-eyed, kind of confused.
He looks over again at you. He's like, new guy, you did all right.
Oh, Mr. Harrison, I do what I can.
He walks away by the time you say the third word.
Oh.
Bull, he's a machine. He's plowed in, put every ounce of effort and enthusiasm into the endeavor. First time in your life in a long time, you probably actually seen him crack a smile as y'all mentioned the big heist tomorrow, because in his mind, it's a chance to just kick some ass. So he don't say nothing, but he immediately like poking through the fire, looking at y'all, looking at all y'all, like share your whiskey, or not your whiskey, but your stories. It's like talking about the big heist, and he just, for this time, you see in his eyes a little hint of being a real person since all this shit's happened to him. He just kind of like nods, snorts, and ultimately goes to his tent. And all of y'all go to sleep. During the midnight hours. No, I don't want to scare you like Yo, wake up and your pants are missing.
Oh man, this is the second time. Why does this keep happening?
This is the day of the heist. Or not the heist, but the ambush. Each of y'all get up early enough to make sure things are alright. You saddle and corral the horses. That's where Cookie will be. So I remove him from the map. Man, I gotta move up there to do it. What the hell? I'm trying to bring up two different menu screens when I do that. Okay, there we go. Cookie will be in charge of taking the horses that weren't utilized, as well as your camp. Basically, y'all spend most of the morning packing up camp and putting it on the back of the wagon. He will be in charge of maintaining that. That way, whenever y'all go in whatever direction and reset up camp. Because you never know, you might be on the run. You might flub this all up and fucking armored wagon chasing you down across the desert. You set up and like I said, it's the 310 to Mercy. It's going to be a nice early to midday or mid-afternoon heat beaming down on you. Morning itself's pretty chilly, lots of wind. Y'all get out there and start setting up things. Get to your relative positions. Dickie. While you're setting up and y'all are going over your tactics, trying to hide yourself, remove any evidence of stuff, that sensation down your back hits you again. As you're spinning around to look at your fellow companions and stuff, nodding off and marking, basically saying, yeah, I'm over here, I see. You swear for a little bit, if you can see on the map over here, over in that direction.
So can I just straight see it then?
No, you can't. You can't. You swear for a second or two, Dickie, that you see.
You cut out there, Ian.
Oh. Can you hear me, Nerd?
Yeah, just say that again, the last part.
You can see over in that direction, Dickie, the shadowy silhouette of like a lone person. Can't really see any refining or defining details. It's just like a sinewy, shadowy shape. Looks like a lone person. Has a hat on like a gunfighter, you know, the silhouette, kind of like the little T-hat. And appears to even have a horse on it. It's kind of like wavering, you know, like the vapors of the day sun, you know, how they waver and stuff like that, like gas fumes. Are you there, Ghost? I'm talking again to myself, ain't I?
No, I can hear you.
I said
Oh, I'm
Dickie.
sorry. I hear you.
Okay.
I actually muted myself. No, so yeah, I'm looking. I'm like looking left and right and doing a head count of the people around me just to make sure it's not one of us. That's
Yeah, the figure while you're right before you instigate your head, it appears to be like it's walking down the base of the slope. And when you start doing the head count stuff, you start counting everybody. People are accounted for. As you look back, you don't see anything. It's like it walked down the base of the hill and just disappeared.
I'm gonna go over to Harry while we're doing this. If I've already got my shit set up.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's enough to make you think that the whole experience itself could have been a mirage. If you're trying to visualize it, you know, it's just like, you know, like looking like you're waving, and then you accidentally, what the fuck? And you start looking around and you're like, oh, no, it's not that. Oh, maybe I'm just seeing shit, you know. It's kind of that whole sensation.
I shake my head and rub my eyes and look back over, and then I mean, I'm still gonna tell Harry. I don't care. He's not gonna give a fuck, but.
Well, yeah, so you saunter over to Harry, and he's like, "What are you doing? You're not supposed to leave your post."
Hey, boss, I thought I saw somebody over there by Mark. Mark, is it down there by the hills on a horse? I don't know.
He immediately cuts over, and you can see Bull over there starting to perk up because you walk over, and he's kind of like giving you the look like, "Well, what is it? Do I need to be there?" He's half advancing towards you. Harry just kind of immediately spins to the direction you're going. He's like, "Where is it?" Starts looking, squinting, and he reaches under his coat and he pulls out one of those telescoping, you know, eyepieces. Starts looking out, and he's like, "I don't see a fucking thing."
I don't know, boss. I thought so. Maybe I'm just tired, boss. Man, I'm just tired, boss. I don't know. I thought I saw him on a horse.
Takes another look, another healthy look or two. Then he finally looks back at you, collapses the telescope, and he just looks at you and he goes, "God damn it! No need to spook us. You're just seeing things," and slaps you and pushes you, and he's like, "Now get back to your post."
Just crab walk away and rub my face where I got slapped.
Well, he pushes you, you know, like shoulder midsection, but it's like the back of the shoulders. Get back to your post. But you go over there. Like I said, it could have been a mirage. It could have not. It's just, you know, it's one thing happens the one night, and the one thing there. So,
tripping balls.
Yeah, in the back of your mind, it's that sense of, you know, out of character, the whole dark omen type thing, you know. If this was D&D, I would say, everybody make it religion.
Oh man, I'm not proficient in that.
Yeah. But it starts getting on in the day, and you know, just picture yourselves hiding with your horses down and in the sun, breaching out, drinking your little container, your little canteens of water. And it's like, whoa, man, was it going to get 310? And, you know, eventually, when you're about to check the time, I rolled a 20. What does God say? But about the time you start to really doubt what time of day it is, you start hearing something coming from down the road in the distance. As it gets closer. Start seeing the silhouette up ahead of what looks to be the wagon itself. To best picture this, I would have to say It's... Yeah, I think I showed you in the books about the turtle. I'm going to save the picture, but now I don't have it anymore. It's not like the... Because the armored turtles they have in the game look like a Volkswagen Bug, pretty much, like an armored Volkswagen Bug. This thing is, it's more akin to like a battle wagon or an armored stagecoach. This is very crude what I'm about to link. If you want to go there. It's set up in a similar design to a coach, where it has like the side passenger entry, the windows, probably beach seating inside of it.
That's a Lego coach.
Yeah, man. There's no way we're breaking this shit
We've
up.
got no fucking chance.
No, all you gotta do is
on every part of this
if you ever
thing.
played a Lego video game, all you gotta do is punch it and it'll turn the coin.
We're gonna stub all of our toes to fuck trying to fight this thing.
Yeah, you can't, but all the passengers, maintenance, driver, and stuff like that, because it's kind of driven like a tank. It's like a little alcove section where the driver's in with the levers that pull back and forth and the foot pedals. It's got like the train whistle up, you can pull on it and stuff like that. And then you have your passengers inside, and you also have the turret on top, which is a minigun basically. It's and you have the gunner on it. It's kind of like the it's like the enclosed shell, where they have the armored plate up front that goes like up, and it looks like it's a notch. It almost looks like the top part of the letter H. And he like looks through the sight that's in between it, and that's where you got the gun, and he spins around, and it's got like maybe what section of armor plating behind him. That way when he spins in the turret, he's just constantly but in front, let me zoom in and actually bring this onto the map. But in front of the wagon, I want to bring all the people. In front of the wagon are what looks like two horses pulling the thing, except the horses have no heads. Automaton.
It's bizarre, but to each their own.
They're like headless horses. They look like they're automatons. Automatons are like fully programmable robots, basically. That way they can do their own thing, whatever the programming dictates. That way the riders that are that will be on top of them don't have to worry about their horses. The horses do their own thing. They have parameters they operate within. But pulling that in front of it for an extra burst of speed are two headless horses.
Shit.
But you see this thing kicking up dust. It's what's normally a silhouette in the distance kicking up dust. The dust gets bigger and bigger, and it starts to come into view. You can see that it's just driving along. You see the little port where the driver's at. It's probably a slot no bigger than 8 inches tall, probably about 4 foot wide, 3 foot wide, 3.5, 4 foot wide. And of course, you see the gunner spinning around. But it's in a deadpan approach, coming down, cruising at a decent speed. And it starts to enter green. And I'm assuming that's when you want to trigger things and have Mingo and the rest start coming in from the distance.
Yes.
Do it.
Alright. We'll give... Gunner, as he is looking around, is...
Gunner looks like a fucking hoss. Yeah, I played football back in the capital. Jesus Christ.
They don't have an intellect search.
I was a middle linebacker or outside linebacker. I played all 3 positions at once. Didn't even need a full 11 people. I was also the halfback and the fullback.
I was also the mascot.
What were you? Strong as fuck. That's what I was. And I still am.
What was your major? What was your major? Strength.
And apparently his major was intelligence. Look at that fucking shit.
I majored in kicking ass.
Oh, this guy's gonna kill all of us.
I sure hope so.
He's a badass.
Alright, just for cinematic flair, we'll do it this way. As it's traveling through, you see the gunner spinning about slowly. He's like rotating clockwise. He spins around off to the east, down to the south, seems to be going around. This is technically in distance as it comes onto the screen, so we got to handle it that way. Long story short, while he's spinning around, you notice that he suddenly starts cussing. He's like, "Oh, damn it!" And he starts banging on the top of the friggin' the coach. And you hear bang, 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 bang. He's like, "God damn it, we got incoming!" And about the time he says we got incoming, he spins around. Oh
my god.
He spins around and starts unloading with his gun as Mingo and the boys start popping up and getting on their horses, charging in. The shit's on, boys. First off, I would like everybody please give me a stealth roll. This would be our dexterity and sneak. To establish your numbers, I will have to grab a pen and jot them down. For your mech, oh god, how are we gonna handle this mech?
And modifiers for Dickon are -1, right?
Oh
Yeah.
shit, I didn't.
Huh?
I didn't apply the negative modifier. You want me to reroll it or just go
just
drop the final dice?
Just a -1 point, that's all.
Oh, okay. So it's
So
20.
it's 20.
Yeah. Let me look at his mech. You have a 3 structure. And Rusty's character. What is it for moving Rusty's mech? Rusty, I need you to give me an aptitude roll. Skill dice is your mobility, which is 3 dice. It's an aptitude roll with 3 skill dice. For a final flat type in -3.
I didn't catch who said what. For what for 3?
The last question it asks, where it says modifiers, you want to type in -3. But otherwise, it's going to be aptitude, and then the number of skill dice is equal to 3, which your mobility is.
I also have a gizmo to have a +7 to any aptitude-related skill checks.
Okay, so instead of -3, +4. I'm basically trying to figure out what a mech's version of stealth is. And what I did was did a normal movement roll, then I subtracted your structure as a flat modifier. Alright, so Dickie, you have a 20. Cypher has a 30. Mad Mark has a 26. And Rusty has a 8. I'm just basically trying to predetermine my target spot, y'all. That's why when I rolled for the gunner who was on top, he was the main one that's active. He has a neat feature called reconnoitered, which gives him a +9 to search and other rolls that in part pertain to danger sense. Hence he got that big ass roll. So he spins around and he opens up with gunfire and, realize, oh shit, he saw us. Luckily nobody got shot, because that's the opening round cinematic stuff. So they immediately kick their horses up, kick them off the ground and start, yeah. Riding in, guns blaring. Now it will be a massive friggin' initiative roll.
Oh, baby.
Let me set up a new round. Bulls is doing it. You want to, you click your mech and do your initiative, Rusty. It should already be set up based off of your attributes, alright. Make sure if you have any features or anything. I'm gonna go through the Hangman's Jury here and use his brawl for initiative.
Oh, you get a wild dive for that, don't you?
Hey.
If you roll a 6 on the initiative. Oh my god, 30?
I'm on a roll.
The rust bucket's ready to fucking rock and roll. Holy dog shit.
Yeah, I've never rolled this fucking great in my life. I don't know what's going on.
Ooh. What the fuck?
He's gonna wrestle that fucking horse.
How do you add a person to the initiative roll?
Click on their token, add token. Right click. Or add turn, I think. Is actually what it is. You can plug it in manually.
Yeah, because he replaces his brawl for his.
It's a pretty good fucking feature. Good way to beat the piss out of somebody. Bowl's nuts, Jesus Christ.
Oh, actually, let me double check. I might have been double dipping there. His initiative instead of 4 die was 5 die, so. So bulls would have to be recalibrated. Because all y'all are doing is just rolling whatever your initiative. Yeah, it's whatever your initiative is. Bull's the 23. What's your adjusted numeric? 30? Yeah, 30. Oh shit, never put Bookshop Bill somewhere. He'll be over there with a kid. Sorry about this, there's just a lot of fucking people on the map.
Oh, that's fun.
Y'all can see the turn order?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, let's make sure everybody in the party is currently. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One person is missing, Sinclair. Pretty sure I did initiatives wrong on most everybody, but oh well, a lot of them can't even hurt the damn thing, so it's kind of pointless.
Rider. Oh my god, that guy. Oh, okay, that's the shooter, not the gunner. Okay. I was gonna say, man. I thought the fucking gunner rolled the 666 for his initiative. I'm like, yeah, that guy's gonna kill everybody.
Yeah, no need to. Gunner's assistance, he'll get us sometime with the gunner. Alright. God, that's a long list.
Good luck, Rusty! Holy shit.
Alright. This thing is technically just about to enter on the map. As he bangs on the top of the tank, or on the armored stagecoach, you notice two guys crawl out. They crawl out of hatches up to the top, and they basically get on top of the headless horses. And they appear to be wearing, you know, your standard, like, cowboy long coat, flak trench coats. They have sabers on their side, and they wield oh shit, I was looking at the wrong one. I was like, no, they don't wield that. They have revolvers and have sabers on and seem to be wearing armor. Gunner spins around, opens up as they're charging in from behind them. If you wish to act now, you can. Let's treat it for all intents and purposes where it's just coming onto the screen right now before the driver gets a chance to respond. He opens up fire and they clamber out and get on top of the horses. It now goes to the rust bucket, what he's going to attempt to do.
Right. Am I able to hold actions, or how's that work?
Technically in the rules are stating hold. It's whenever it's your turn, you get to perform as many actions as you have initiative dice. So if you have 4 initiative dice, you do 4 actions.
Oh. Alright, so... I guess I'll get the rust bucket into position, alright? I mean, I wasn't really planning on being the first guy to act.
You could theoretically, well, you still and all that stuff and up and functional. So
What's
if
up, you kind of cut out there.
Well, you technically have to get up and functional. So if going first might not be a bad thing this round, because you could very well flub up getting up and functional and stuff like that.
All right, so I'll do that. I guess.
Or you could go up to one of the riders as he's getting.
No, I'm leaving the riders to the rest of the gang. My main priority is to deal with this fucking train.
Okay, you do have the option of doing nothing this round and just staying.
I guess I'll just pass then, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said, sadly there's no rule. Alright, it goes to Bull. Buckshot Bull. And looking at his stats. This thing is moving down the road. Let's say it's moving full tilt at 40. It has people ambushed from behind, so he eases up. Let's say he's moving at 20 relative distance from Bull. Do it at the edge of the map, 15 meters. It's still short range. Bull hops up without hesitation from Van. He has a backpack mounted minigun to which he responds with his own gunfire.
Pretty mediocre roll from old Buchanan there.
Yeah, it's a heavy weapon. It's not like a melee weapon. It's a heavy weapon. Driver, aptitude, and piloting history. This thing is, my macros are for shit when I have to add mobility. 7.
Holy fuck. I'm fast.
The gunshots, the violent eruption now in front of him, causes the driver to swerve defensively. As he swerves defensively, the machine gun fire just basically hits the ground in front of Bull, down on the ground, and ricochets off the fender wells and stuff like that, the wheels. But he did use one action. The driver was forced to use one action. Speaking of which, this is entirely too many fucking people. Alrighty. Now it goes to the inside. The inside people, I'm going to do one roll, pertains to both of them. And that is intellect and search.
Reading books in there.
They start poking their guns out, searching around for targets to where the gunshots come from. But so far they could not see what's going on. They in turn decide to, it's one action for each of them to search. Second action will be to fire at the distant riders. Rifle will be medium range. I'm gonna do all this shit. Unless it pertains to you, I'm just gonna do it as GM rolls. Close. Close. They scan around to see where the sources of the gunshots come from. In turn, they start popping off shots. They don't quite see where Bull's vantage point is. Then again, they're inside the vehicle. But they do start popping out the windows where they can to shoot Mingo and the Rojo brothers. Mingo definitely managed to ride sides as he's got his guns out. You know, he not side saddle, but he dips down to the side, basically provides a low target profile. Doesn't get shot, neither does his horse, it seems. The Rojo brothers, they seem to be serpentining, using their ability. They look alike. They're doing the DNA sequence figure 8 type intercross patterns. And shots basically, long story short, shots missed, so the shooters have acted. Buckshot Bill. Roll for intelligence on that one. Oops. Buckshot Bill is a crazy son of a bitch who loves nothing more than killing. He runs out from his bushes and starts unloading an auto shotgun. He starts going towards the two guys on the headless horses. He starts opening up.
It's gonna be the carcass formerly known as Buckshot Bill.
Could very well be.
Oh shit, a chain gun, walk out here with my fucking gun and start shooting these guys on horses.
Don't worry, guys. I can fight this bazooka. I got a pistol.
I was hoping for that Saving Private Ryan moment where he shoots the side of the turtle and a fucking helicopter flies by and drops a payload on it. Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Big Dick Bill over there?
Just doing my math real quick. What's that? Armor 2 die 6 plus 24, 33. It's 23, 60. 60 minus 23. 37? Oh shit, he's down. Buckshot Bill, he as soon as he hears gunfire, sees jump up, he don't out bested by bull. He just runs out behind the bush and he's like, "Yeah, get some, you sons of bitches!" With Annabelle, and he basically just lights up, and the gunshots from his auto shotgun ricochet off of the mechanical horse, and basically just catch the guy up in the leg and his torso section before he even has a chance to get fully on his mount, and just knocks him off the friggin' saddle onto the ground, and basically just tears him open as he opens up with Annabelle. He actually managed to kill that dude. He brought him to -1, and they're not really elite, so that will be down and dying. Baptiste, oh, you fuck this shit up. Baptiste fires a shot from his, manages to strike the back of the armored carriage, but it does no damage. It's off of its armored hide. Bingo. He's firing with his pistols. I don't even want to roll. You can't damage the thing with it. So if he does it, let's say for all intents and purposes, he pepper boxes and starts shooting. He's not quite close enough to start finding and isolating targets, so he does the same thing, peppers the back of it. Now the driver can't do a damn thing with these horses in front of him. He can decide to go off-road. Minus action penalty. And off-road mobility minus 3. Minus 4 penalty. driver, instead of, he has to clear his way past the boulder here and his fellow companions over here. In order to be just simply stomping on the gas, manages to trying to select all these damn things. Oops. Just trying to find the knob to rotate it. He edges up and starts hitting all the rocky bumps and makes it to about here. He like guns it forward, backs up a little bit, views it to the right, starts going up, rides the right side of the tires up over the edge of the plops back down hard, then he starts hitting shit that up. That's when the left side of it starts riding up and hitting the pothole. But he's managed to navigate to about there, actually about here. Oh my god. Rojo brother, blah blah blah. Sinclair gets onto his horse. If I can select it. And rides out across, shooting at it, at the vehicle. Popping random shots off as it goes, trying to get a better angle on the thing. The screen's all clustered. Let's get a base move of 16. He rides down to about here. Popping shots, looks like he's making it. Now go to fumbles.
Oh boy, you know I gotta throw a grenade. Let's see. Quick draw grenade. Do I have the distance? Take a look.
While you're figuring that out, pause out your recording. Let's just dip out.
What's that?
While you're figuring out distance, somebody pause or dip out.
Recording resumed.
Yes, do I see any like holes or hatches on this thing? I might be able to just throw this in. I mean, the worst I can do is miss and do nothing anyway, so.
So, yeah, I'm trying to turn my main music volume down. There we go. God, you see, they don't have any rules for called shots or anything like that either. You'd be trying to hit the stagecoach overall. I, in turn, would let the driver use his last action to attempt to dodge it. He would suffer a -2 penalty because it's his third action. He would make his aptitude and mobility, his aptitude piloting and mobility roll to dodge. You would be trying to hit the vehicle, but you're trying to get it inside. See, that's where it doesn't cover any rules for anything like that. You would, if you were trying to get it to hit a person, because even if you see that even contradicts itself. Because if you were trying to roll against a person, that person would dodge, and then they would gain a bonus for being in cover. But since it's a blast effect, you know, oh, I hit that guy in turn, I automatically hit everybody else. See, they don't have rules that cover that. That's one of the frustrating things. So if you try to treat it rationally, you're trying to hit the vehicle. He's trying to dodge out of the way, but you're trying to do you're trying to hit an area that's in the. Let's see, a stagecoach window is rough about 60% coverage, I would think, if you were sitting down, and maybe about a 50% coverage for the window, and then 75% coverage for the gunner up top, and 75% coverage for the driver, 50% cover for the window, and 75% cover for the gunner. So if they would gain a 50% coverage, it's +2 for every 10%. That would gain +10, +5 because of medium range. That would be +15 to their dodge equivalent skill check. But even then, it's only technically supposed to apply to the damn vehicle itself, not the people inside of it.
I'm glad you're figuring all that shit out, because I'm not at all.
Yeah. You see, you see, it doesn't cover it. They don't cover anything like that. They give you abstract rules, and you're supposed to make a judgment call off of it. You see the logic that I'm using, though, is like you're trying to hit the vehicle, but you want to affect the people inside of it.
Yeah.
Technically, by the rules, you can. It's the people inside of it or the vehicle, and even when you hit that one person with a 5-meter blast area grenade,
it hits everybody.
Yeah. I guess technically, in retrospect, if you're trying to hit the shooter. If you're trying to hit a shooter with a grenade, you would roll versus the shooter. Well, that's not. You would have to roll against the vehicle, and if you successfully hit the vehicle, everybody in turn default get a dodge roll of their own to see if they avoided the damage caused by the grenade that went inside. Yeah. That would make the most logistics to me.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get it in that fucking window that they're leaning out of, I guess.
Yeah. So you would make a dexterity plus throw roll. Don't forget your flat -1 because of fatigue. I don't think you have any bone. Make sure you have any features for guards throwing. This is what, your first action?
It is, because I quick drawed the grenades. That doesn't count.
Okay. So it'd be a dexterity and throwing roll.
It's pretty shit.
Got a 19. I could do the driver. God, I have 40 tabs open up. Driver has
character sheets.
Driver has a 3 aptitude, 4 piloting. He's rolling 7 dice. He gains. If I wanted to burn it, I could choose to. So he has 7 dice, but he gains a +15 bonus. Yeah, but he's also suffering a -2 penalty, so he would gain a +13 bonus. Oh, he also gains 3 mobility, so it's 10 dice. 10 dice, because the vehicle has a 3 dice mobility, determines how mobile it is. So 10 dice, 6 +15
blow me the fucking way in this one.
+13. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's -3. No, it's -3 dice. It's -3 dice, so it's 76.
It's still
Yeah, it's still.
If you take the last 3 off, he still rolled like. Yeah.
45.
Yeah, the added dice off of mobility really helps a lot.
All right. That's one grenade that's fucked. So I guess I'll grab another, because I get one action for every dice of...
And it's funny though, because if you miss, you would have thing and bounce off as it swerves, right?
Yeah.
Even if it bounces off and swerves, you're still a big area right there. So it's like, It's like, what about people caught in the template? Where does it bounce? There's no bouncing rules. So 20 minutes later, Fumbles throws a grenade.
He does all this math in the sand with a stick.
He throws a grenade up against the side of it, but he throws it too hard. It bounces off, lands off in the dirt. Blows up and just litters the air with basically dirt, debris, and stuff like that.
Alright, so that's one action. I got 3 more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and use one action to get out another grenade. If I can't quick...
Yeah, you can't quick action.
Only quick draw once a turn. So I use my second action to get a grenade, and then I'm gonna use my third action to throw another grenade. And try to do the same shit. With a 3 dice penalty, I think, because it's my third action, or is it a 2 dice penalty?
You take what is it? What action is it?
I'm on my third.
So it'd be a 2 dice penalty. It'd be an action penalty 2. Because the first one's always free. That's why when you 2, 3. But the driver can't friggin' attempt to dodge because he's out of actions. So what do you do? You treat it as a stationary target. Stationary target has a base dodge of... the base target number of 7, if I remember right. So you hit it because you defeated the base target number 7. See, it's just quirky. I love the setting and I love the idea of the game. It's just the mechanics leave a lot to be desired.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It just needs to be designed better.
Yeah. The setting's awesome. Okay, because he can't drive and pilot the dodge. So technically, you toss a grenade in the window and turn. Explodes. That is a medium range. What is it? Do your damage for medium range.
Oh, it's always the same thing.
Oh, what is it?
1d plus 80. So it's 1d6 plus 80.
So they in turn would technically get a dodge to cover the inside. I want to. The gunner is up top.
That's what they take if they fail to dodge.
That's from a frag grenade.
That's right there.
Oh my god, dude.
It's pretty brutal. The turtle stops.
But their dodge would be going against the base grenades of 15.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not going to get all of them. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, if you're the only 2 people that are in, driver is like in a cockpit type container, so he's up in the front of it. Give rules. Nice. Great. Alright, shooters have... They shot once, they have dodge, 2 dice. Put a -1 penalty. Gunner's assistant. Well, that's inside the thing. The gunner's up on top, so I meant to roll that as I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, that really helps if I zoom in. Dodge. Good, man, he's got the same stats as the shooter on the dodge, so I'll keep that roll as a 13. Gunner, the driver, however, got inside fortified. Probably wind up making it anyway. Driver's dodge. He can't. She has to say he can't dodge, but he doesn't armor. Shoot, 224 vitality.
So 71 minus whatever.
No, that's just his vitality.
Oh. Jeez.
61, so minus 20. Shooters. 224.
Oh, banged on. That guy's fine. Holy shit.
50. Wait, how much did I figure out on the drop? It was fortified, so half of that did 60 on mine. 61 and what, 20, so it only took 10. And gunner's distance, and the gunners are up top and armored. Alright. And the vehicle itself, 81.
I ain't doing shit to that thing with 81 damage.
Minimum per damage, 60 points. So, rolls structure, armor. Rolls 6 die plus 24. Well, actually, the 24 is doubled because it's. Oh, well, that's 12 die 6 in that. Because it's heavy scale. Damn it.
Well, I do half damage against it anyway, so even if it wasn't 12 die 6, then its grenades are personal. Unless I'm wrong about that.
Damage scale, personal versus heavy.
Half.
The absorb modifier. Dude, was what I was figuring. So it's yeah, it's 12 die 6. Yeah, it's gonna soak that up. Oh, no problem. Splatter the contents. Straighten these fucking. And my biggest fear is you would kill it with one explosion.
Still can. If the rust bucket doesn't knock it over, still can.
Right, so peppering it with gunfire. Buckshot Bill rushes down, manages to. Ivory. Dickie fumbles, throws a grenade, it bounces off, explodes in front of it. He takes some time, manages to somehow line up his cock eye, tosses it in the window, lets out another. Screaming inside, you see crimson mist mixed amidst the explosion. Hurt somebody inside, outside, screaming out. To Harry Doyle. He gets out and starts riding down. For all intents and purposes, we do a cinematic. Got the horseman on the horseback. One dude's already fell off. Now it cuts to the gunner. All these lovely targets now. People behind him, people in front of him. Explosion guy with a minigun fire. Do a roll here. Two, three, four, five, six. Shit. The gunner spins around and starts opening up fire with his machine. You see the bullets perforate the ground around the area where Sinclair was riding at. Gunshots pepper the ground and tear into the belly of the horse and drops the horse down to the ground, and it slings Sinclair forward. Kid goes flying forward down. It looks like he's been hit maybe a couple times as well. The gunner then quickly spins around and starts firing in Bull's direction. As he does so, you notice the ground and perforates and Bull drops down to the ground. You can't quite tell what's up with him, but he's currently laying down flat prone. He may have been hit as well. Now cuts to Mad Mark if he's still awake.
I'm still here, just working on other stuff. Alright. And these guys on these weird mechanical, they like on them, right?
One has been blown off by Buckshot Bill. The other one is, yes.
But basically, these mechanical horses are just moving on their own?
Yeah, they're automatons. Basically, you get on them, hit a couple buttons, basically to give the parameters of combat, defensive mode, or whatever. But yeah, they...
Gunner on the top is in like an armored thing?
Yeah, he
Gunner
is...
on the top of the turtle.
Yeah, it's like one of those anti-aircraft. big armored faceplate angled stage top, you know, where you can sight through the center of it. And it's got like maybe a 3-foot diameter wall behind him that he basically sits in the seat and he spins around and opens up.
So is it protected on all sides then?
From your current viewpoint, percent protection. Well, they only do it in 10%. Well, they only do it in 10%. So, in his, I would say it would be 70%.
So aiming for him would be pointless.
Not necessarily. It just means he gains is it +2 for every 10%? He would gain a 14 plus distance bonus to his dodge roll.
You roll a lot of dice on your shots. You could bang on this fucking dude.
I'm gonna try. We're gonna try. Alright, I need to figure out how to do this though. I'm gonna take a shot at the gun.
First determine range.
I have a sniper rifle, so it's like I don't know which one of these.
Pretty sure you're gonna be range if it's less than 100, because the whole map's like 50.
Yeah. The range of my sniper, the minimum is 100.
So you have a dexterity-based check. You have 4 ranged skill dice.
So is it dex and ranged?
Yeah, dex plus the number of dice you have in range. So dex and then +4 skill
It's a
dice.
skill check?
Yeah, it's a skill check.
Okay, so it's dex plus ranged, which is 4.
Yeah, you will have slight advantage. You will have top of the hill.
Small advantage?
Yeah, small advantage.
No action penalty because this is my first action.
Actually bump the slide up to good because you do have fire control of +1.
Small to good. No action penalty because it's my first action.
Yeah, it's your first action.
No injury penalty because I'm not hurt. I still have the -1 modifier though.
Yeah, for fatigue.
Yep. Okay. Then bam. And they're all ones. Everything is 1.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he rolled a 1 for. He rolled 1 for.
Roll a wild die.
If negative, wild die.
Oh my god! Oh no.
Unless we roll a 1, roll fails.
Oh
You
Christ.
pop a shot, it pings off the armor. But you still have actions to go, so.
Yeah, I'll probably just do it again.
Alright, this time you have the one where it says action penalty 1. Same numbers as before, but the action penalty be 1.
Oh fuck.
Guy spinning around the turret. You.
There we go.
Oh.
Yeah, you good. And it's
yeah.
also a positive wild die.
Yeah, so a positive wild die.
There we go.
So we're looking at a 36. Gunner has shot.
And if this doesn't work, I'll just do it again.
Has a 2 dodge. And action 2. Penalty. No. I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh yeah, he gains modifiers. He gains modifier. It's 7%, so plus 14. 14.
Woo!
Oh my god, you hit him. Oh, he rolled a 6 on his shit.
Ooh. Nope.
30. You beat him by 1 point.
Yes.
No, beat him by a lot, but
Yes.
beat him by
Right.
6.
So you do a damage roll.
Okay.
Click damage roll and 1 die, then the 65 modifier.
Wow. Well, that's good.
Hey.
So glad the 1 die that I rolled was a 1.
Spicy.
Does that also have negative?
No,
dice?
it's damage.
No. What's this guy's armor?
Man.
He's got black vest. Or armor's gunner's vest.
You shot the driver?
40, 20, 26.
No. I shot the gunner.
Oh.
Let me check his stats with the driver to make sure. $46, 46, 20 points of damage to him.
He resisted half my damage with just his armor.
Yeah, he's got one of those gunner's vests on. Alright, so
He
you
was
managed
ready for your shit.
Yeah, you
No.
ping and he starts bugger. Spins around and you find the right spot. You angle your gun right. Pop a shot, clips him in the shoulder. And, you still have actions left?
Yeah, I still got 2 more actions. So I'm just gonna do it again.
So it would be the same values as before, but the action penalty 2 this time. 3rd action.
Jesus.
23. I forgot. That's right, he's gonna 2. This is last action. Gets that nice armor bonus. Like any attack, it would be the defender. The defender tied it, so let me double check.
At least
Pose
you
roll.
rolled as poorly as I did.
A tie requires a reroll.
Oh shit.
Cool. So again,
Yeah.
a tie requires you to roll 82 more dice.
What does it do? I don't understand the concept of that. It's like, did I hit him or did I not? It's like, let's
I don't
rewind and
I don't
fucking
know.
add more
Shoot him
chaos.
again and
Run the
find
tape
out.
back.
Shoot him again and find out if you hit him with that first shot.
Run the tape back. Show me the tape.
No.
Oh, you rolled a 1.
Oh, you're gonna fuck this one.
Ow.
Oh, that ain't bad.
6 on that. You only count 6 dice. 6 high dice.
6 dice, 6 highest dice, or
Yeah, so you basically rolled a 26.
that ain't bad.
Okay, cool.
That ain't bad.
I always forget how those work.
You are
It
clicking
looks-
your penalty
What?
dice.
What? Yeah,
You didn't.
I am.
You did. How did you get 3 die the first time and then 7 die this?
I don't. Oh, I think the last time I forgot. I don't know. I
No,
have no idea.
this reroll you didn't do. This reroll
didn't?
you didn't. Yeah, this reroll you didn't.
So, do I do it again then?
Yeah, you didn't include the two die action penalty.
Oh,
Did
But
he?
if you ever hover over the 7
Three,
dice 6, which is your normal.
8. He rolled 9 dice on the first shot.
Yeah, I'm confused. Hold on. I'll try. I'll put in what I put in. We'll see what
Mad
happens.
mark, dexterity, range.
Dexterity and ranged, and then I have good advantage still, right? Still have this good advantage.
Yeah. Okay, that's where you're getting.
Yeah, that's where it is. It's from the advantage.
Oh, shut up. That's where I'm at. So you got a 26 adjusted. He is spending his last action. Does he have 4 actions? Because he just used his last. No, he does not have that. So you hit him. Because I already did his last action. So you pop the damage die, go the damage roll plus 65.
Oops, I put plus 65.
Damn, didn't do nothing.
I missed. I missed. There we go.
20.
69 minus 40, 29 points. Oh.
Bam.
It's very close to being dead.
Well, if I can get this next shot off, you will be dead. Because I got one more action.
Oh.
Bam.
Pop another shot. You hit him. Chest, it penetrates the vest, and he slumps down. The gun starts going up into the sky.
Get fucked, loser.
You have 1 action left. You gonna keep for a dodge or anything?
What would, like, is that like an action that I can do, like a dodge action? If they fire at me, I can move? Or I have an advantage to it or something?
No, it's just you can't dodge in response unless you have action.
Yeah, I'll just hold this action to dodge if they shoot at me.
Okay. Finally, 20 years later, Cypher's still awake and sober.
Cypher's fucking burned through like 2 packed bongs already at this point.
He's made 3 pans of brownies and eaten 2 of them.
Oh, shit. So,
Went through a family-sized bag of Skittles already.
okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing that Fumbles did. I'm gonna aim for that same window and throw my first grenade in. It's gonna be 18 meters. So
Don't drop that shit.
it's gonna be fun.
Pray to God, don't drop that shit.
So skill check is dex for that, right?
The skill itself is dexterity and throwing.
Okay, so I don't have
then
throw,
throwing.
so just pure dex. It's a quick draw, so no penalties, no modifiers.
Oh, we're in deep shit.
Ooh, baby!
He's throwing a grenade. Remember, the driver doesn't have any actions left.
Still a stationary object. He didn't beat 7.
Yeah, he didn't beat 7. Yeah. So you throw as hard as you can, but sadly, it's not quite hard enough, and just shy of your target and explodes. That's 1 action gone.
Second action, I pull out my second grenade and do the same thing all over again.
Okay,
and
so
for my
second
third
action would be drawing the grenade.
Third action is to throw it. So dex,
Okay.
1 dice.
skill is 0, advantage is none.
And
Action
it's
penalty
your
is
2 because it's your third action.
2. Okay. There we go. Oh! Oh, shit.
There's something about the fact that these fragmentation grenades are made out of the equivalent to a coffee can.
I really
That's
want
what
to
it
imagine
is.
that Fumbles was like, "Don't drop that shit," and like pointed at Zeke as he did it, and Zeke was just like, "Whoops," and just
Yeah.
threw them up into the air.
I can just picture you're lighting the end wick to a Folger-sized cherry bomb.
Yep. I would say like
and you're chucking it.
I would say like instead of going all the way here, it kind of falls somewhere over here, just barely shy of Fumbles and me.
Goddamn, say what the hell you doing on that, man? This is fucking great.
That's my turn.
They always a good old coffee can supposed to be dang old Zeke. Some bitch.
Made it all dirty over there.
Dang old some bitch.
So Zeke goes the one rider. Oh, you notice without the driver, this thing just starts trotting. See, it's got targets there, people coming in behind it. It's on defensive combat parameters. It just starts running about the field. And we'll just go ahead and remove it from play. Now this guy, people behind it. Bull's been knocked down. Buckshot Bill. Riding up that cliff would be an interesting thing. Through from the bushes. Act. Yeah, he would do that. He starts riding along, cresting in front of the vehicle. And he... Ooh, shit, no he doesn't, because he's not on the horse. Oh. He basically makes the headless horse start moving forward, and he has a single barrel rifle that he pops while maneuvering the horse. Normal movement, that's not a problem. So his first action will be to pop a shot against Dickie, who just threw a grenade inside of his damn employers. Stagecoach. Oh no, I don't know who's that. Say, what about here? So meters. 3 range. He is going to spend a cinema point to roll a free action. It's his tactics roll. So, do that skill check.
That man could never understand me. I'm too unpredictable.
Like a professional rider. No, this is he's spending a cinema point to activate a feature. Second shot. Select. Tactics. No damage, no action ability. Result of 16. got it. So plus 20. I just tried to roll. I think I tried to roll for this. His first action is he draws up, basically narrows his vision down towards the bushes, spots, basically gives himself a positive nod, shoulders up his weapon as his mount's already taken care of its own momentum, and fires his first shot. He basically gains a 24 bonus to this roll.
Oh, I guess I'll try to dodge.
How many actions have you used?
3.
So you
Sorry,
have
say
one
it
left?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Roll a 3 penalty. Let's see what I got here. 3,
So
3, and then plus I can double any dodge results. So
You're in the bushes. Give you a +5 bonus for dodge.
alright, and is that gonna be before doubling then? Or after doubling?
On your flat modifier, just add your flat modifier +5.
Okay. Even doubled, that doesn't matter.
That's a 28, so he pops a shot. Go ahead and roll your vitality, so we're subtracting.
9 and let's see, absorb.
224. All your armor's the same, 224.
2d and 20 plus 24.
Yeah, 2 for the first number, 24 for the second.
Okay.
So 39 points. Take 11 points of damage. Pops his first, that was his first shot. Quickly spins the rifle around and does the Chuck Connor's rifleman thing. Fires another shot. But he doesn't gain the reconnoite unless he spends his tactics. He basically spin it. Just, yeah, there you are. I know how to get you. Gonna make you bleed. This shot will be on on Zeke. Yeah, he's not gonna spend it on. I'm trying to think like a professional rider. Yeah, you're the one guy I focus on. Doc just threw shit and missed, so he would pop a second shot on you. So dexterity, range, 3 to... the hell? Did I just try to roll? I think I tried to roll for the Fires a second shot at you. That's his result, an 18. You. Oh, this is on Dickie. I was talking out loud, trying to think of how he would do that. You were the guy that inflicted the most damage, so he'd focus it on you.
I have no dodge, so he's just gonna roll damage, and I'll do soak.
Yeah, because even with the bush, 7 plus 5, 12.
44. Resist.
44. Plus 48. One point.
5.
Hmm?
5 points. He rolled 49. I had 44. Protection.
Oh, 44. Okay, I misread. It's 2, it's 4. Pops those 2. And then starts scanning around for other target. 2 other actions if he has to do. Ramos, they're all bringing up the rear, coming in. Demi!
What's up?
You awake?
Oh yeah, now's my time to shine.
I'm going to be nice because this is technically the end of the round. I'm going to let you act. Since you just outright said, yeah, I guess I'll pass. I'll just bump you to the bottom of the list.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna, in order to all right. So am I already in the mech, right? I'm already in there.
You're in the mech, yes. I will say for all purposes, this is your time where you get up out of the mech. And basically, I guess you were laying down or crouching down, hiding behind the rock.
Yeah, we're gonna get up all in there and we're gonna tangle with this fucking coach.
This should be interesting because he doesn't have any actions left to dodge. And as long as you manage to successfully hit it, it will be a matter. You're attempting to attack the carriage itself, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, this should be interesting.
Murder the carriage's family.
They don't have rules for mech grappling, but I think we can figure something out.
They don't have rules for wrestling?
Well, they have rules for people grappling, but technically mechs are just supposed to make their damn attacks.
They don't have moves for mech wrestling? This would be
No,
a terrible game for real steel.
I'm gonna box you. Alright. You got Rusty's mech. This will be an aptitude check. And the number of skill dice is ability rating, which is 3. You would then have a flat modifier at the end because of Gizmo.
Oh, so it's -7 + 7 to nothing.
It's you choose to attribute aptitude. Then when the number is skill dice, you type in 3 because that's what your mobility is. And it's your first action, no penalty, no advantage. But when it says modifiers, you just type in the number 7 because your gizmo gives you a +7 bonus to all aptitude.
Oh yeah, I know. I thought you said for a flat. Never mind. I thought you meant as like a.
When I refer to when I say flat, I mean it's flat normal result. It's not going to be any dice.
Hey, that's a wild die.
Oh my god.
Hey, that's pretty shit.
Hey.
But you're trying to hit a target number of 7. Is this thing?
Yeah, I mean.
Because he can't dodge. He can't dodge the.
I don't think you hit that 7. I think you need to roll.
Yeah, even though the vehicle is technically still moving, because it is, it's considered a stationary target, which is stupid.
You literally could not have failed that roll. So,
So up from the depths, because it's already 12:30. This comment's way longer than I be. But then again, we had so many people. And I thought it was going to be a lot more lethal shit. One well-placed grenade. So up from the depths, 30 stories tall and rising, Godzilla emerges. Even with the dice penalty as your second action, just to grab a hold of the thing. Rusty leaps forward and tries to earn his keep even more by latching onto the side of the coach. And I'm not going to prolong this anymore after this. Or I should for all intents and purposes. I'll do it cinematic wise. But Rusty leaches forward and he moves the rust bucket up to the side of the coach. As he does, you hear the steam chugging of his engines, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden you see him bring his arms to bear. Those big, huge, friggin' aliens workloader clamps, and he manages to grab hold of the side of the carriage and start pulling it towards him, rocking it. As he's rocking it, he starts basically pulling pieces of it apart. Now that would be your damage roll for your mech, since you hit it. Then a turn would be, what is it, one die damage. Then for the modifier that asks the second part, 69. Yours is heavy damage, so it's basically this normal. So 74. North stagecoach. Sure. 6 times 20. Give it good armor, but shitty hit points. I guess that makes sense.
God damn.
Hey,
Jesus pulled the fucking tires off.
So Rusty leaps forward and basically latches hold of it, and he's tearing chunks of the side of it. As he tears chunks of the side of the vehicle apart and starts laying into it, you notice the gunner's trying to spin around the gun to start shooting directly down on you. Basically,
the gunner is dead.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry. The gunner's assistant kicks the gunner out of the seat, and while he's being rocked back and forth, gets into the seat and starts trying to spin the thing around to shoot at the threat that's tearing his damn coach to pieces. The gunner inside is being racked back and forth, and the driver's basically screaming, "What the holy fuck?" and trying to compensate. As it looks like you're about to win, you suddenly see what you originally thought might have been like luggage and shit, like attached to the side of the vehicle or the tops of it. You know that air vacuum sound that it makes, like at the banks and stuff, especially when it hits the end where it goes and like the pop sound. You hear a popping sound as what you thought was luggage how many do I got? You hear that vacuum tube sound, basically is as you see what you thought was luggage and other stuff attached to the side of the war wagon be ejected from it.
Oh, fuck.
It flings these roughly, you know those bouncy balls women do their exercise? Those big sitter aerobicized balls. Flings a bunch of those off of the side of the table, and as they hurl through the air, you see them do like a
Oh, is he saying something? I'm not hearing anything.
It's the music.
Ah, shit. I had that muted.
That sounds robotic.
Basically, they get the transformer flip through the air out of the, and you see what looks to be sentry droids.
There's a lot of them. They're continually transforming.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna pause. I think I had to step away for a minute.
I died.
Nope, there it is.
I died.
They're continually transforming forever, by the way.
Oh, they are?
They were.
Okay.
Stop now.
But you notice the pop off the sides. There's basically, they look like they're about the size of small children. And they have stun lasers, like dual stun lasers on their shoulders. But they go flying all off over the place and immediately start looking around, going, target acquired, target acquired. And start firing off lasers at everything. It's going to be a cinematic thing because it's already about 1 anyway, so. But this would be a new round. Rusty did roll a 30, but he did go last, so.
Didn't I have like other actions I gotta spend, or?
Oh yeah, that was only your first action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, by all means. It
All right.
fires those things off in self-defense whenever the coach is actually attacked, like if you're trying to board it and stuff like that.
So what was I doing? It was aptitude.
Think of it like one of the spaceships being attacked where they deploy life pods. It's kind of like that whenever you attack the coach. Proximity alert, proximity alert.
So the action penalty would be 1, right?
Yeah, because it's your second action. And that will still defeat a 7. You roll damage, 1 die, plus 69. 70. Yeah, once it hits 0. You start tearing and peeling away pieces of the armored coach. You already torn a nice sized hole into it, kind of like prying open what you used to do with the old Coke cans when you used to crush them. You tear the side open. Now you've reached back and you started reaching down through the hole that you've made, and you reach down in the back. In the bottom of it, you basically crack through and grab the axle from beneath it, like the drive shaft, and you basically pull it up and break it and snap it. Along with whatever wiring and other gizmos you pull up, you start noticing the chugging of the vehicle. Sputter and sputter and sputter. And it finally stops. People inside are still active, but you have managed to successfully defeat the stagecoach. Speaking of which, you have a driver inside. You have an assistant gunner up top and a shooter. I myself am thinking, since you're a badass gunner, you do have a rider going around. Shit. Rider's pretty dedicated. I will say each of y'all roll initiative. Let me make it a first new round, though. Okay, each of y'all roll initiative, and I will roll for the rider. The rest of this stuff will just be cinematic description.
Oh boy, I get shot again.
Are you rolling Rusty's mech initiative?
Ah, shit.
Oh, no. You're cool, because your initiative determines when you activate the mech. That's cool, you did right. Rusty again. All right. Just basically as your gang is dealing with the automatons that are suddenly going around going pew pew pew, target acquired, start shooting everything. Give you all a chance to deal with the rider on horseback. You notice he's put 2 bullets inside of Fumbles. You notice that Sinclair's been shot and thrown from his horse. You haven't seen Bull get back up yet. The people on horseback have finally moved into the actual map itself and immediately start trying to dance around a little children bots. Buckshot Bill, of course, immediately starts bowling, trying to bowl with the 5 that are near him, and just Harry, of course, shooting, moving his way towards Bull. In the midst of all this, you have one lone rider who seems to be utterly dedicated to his job of ensuring the security of his payload and wagon. As such, he is circling around trying to find opportune targets to try and take out before thinking about making a flee for his own safety. As such, y'all as a collective group of five individuals start to deal with him before the people inside the vehicle. As such, Rusty.
So I guess I activate the mech again.
Okay, you would be in the mech moving around. Are you going to get on your loudspeaker? Or it's actually like power armor, so they can see like the upper half of you. You know, it's like you're inserted into it. It's not enclosed. You can try to deal with the people inside, maybe get them to surrender, or you can go out after the guy on horseback. Or
All right, let's try some negotiations here. Okay. Hello there, driver. I believe your vehicle's out of commission. Why don't you call off your little mechs and we call it a day?
you hear the driver inside of his little fucking secured alcove, you know, like he's ducked down. It's like top 2/3 of him's in like the edge front, and he's got that one seat with the big gamer seat behind him. He just kind of cranes his neck trying to spin around. I go, who in the hell is that? You notice the gunner, he's up top. He's trying, like I said, he's trying to crane around. He's just now getting in the seat, spinning around towards you as you make your speech. The shooters fall back. Shit, let me do a roll. Cool. Neutral, so he's confused. The shooter immediately scatters back and starts fumbling, reaching for stuff by his side. You do notice that stuff around him starts to resemble what looks like a RPG launcher, but he can't seem to quite find it. Now the driver's like, "Who in the blazing hells is that? What'd you do to my goddamn coach?" And he spins around finally, and he notices this big mech is peering into the side of it, the vehicle talking to him. He looks up, and he just, holy shit! He just immediately goes, deflates, all the aggression's kind of gone. He's like, "I don't want no trouble, mister. My life ain't worth this."
Yes, that's right. Now, tell your friends to put down their weapons. Maybe step out of the vehicle. Maybe I'm gonna make some clamping noises while I'm doing that.
Do some what?
I make my little clamp go back and forth in a threatening manner. Like a fucking crab.
License and registration.
License and registration.
You know how fast you were going? Not fast enough.
I want you to give me a persona check. You don't have intimidate.
So that's number of skill dice 0, right?
Yeah. But I'm going to treat it, since you're in a mech, like it was heavy damage. So I'm going to double the result of your persona check. $16.
Spicy.
I already know the driver's disposition.
Horrified?
To roll for this crazy ass fucking shooter, because they have an RPG launcher. If they would have
fumbling around trying to build that shit in front of me.
Wow.
Turn that guy into fucking soup.
I don't know if he would kamikaze himself though, because those things have bigger blast radius than their grenades.
Yeah, he's gonna point blank the fucking mech. Fuck you!
It's 16 versus 10. You start doing, as soon as it's like you see him, he's reaching. He's definitely reaching. He's like manages to grab the tube, and he shifts it to his left hand, just kind of like slaps it to his left hand. And immediately starts reaching, trying to grab one of those little pineapple on a stick fucking RPG, the ammunition. But then he'd look and he says, "Oh, your power laying down." He stops. He looks up at the clamp. And then he immediately drops the cylinder he just placed in his left hand. And he just like starts sculling backwards, just hands up, non-threatening. And he's, "I don't want no trouble. Oh, don't kill me, don't kill me." The gunner up top spins around, gets you in his sights, manages to draw back the bolt like he's about to fire. Then he sees you and he hears the two of them. And then what is you doing the clamp right in front of him? He just kind of stops for a second. And he's not attacking at the same time. He's just like caught in that limbo stage of just like,
What do I do?
Yeah, basically he hasn't quite fully made up his mind on what to do. But the pilot and the rider is pretty much surrendered. And basically for all intents and purposes, they're not attacking this round, so. Meanwhile, this dude on horseback is. So you've managed to secure the wagon. As to Mad Mark.
It won't be for long.
What you gonna do? You gonna shoot him?
I'm gonna put a sniper bullet through his fucking forehead.
Just the bullet? Why not the whole gun?
Shoot him!
Just throw it at him.
From that range.
What's your name? What? What's your name? I'm gonna put it on this here bullet, motherfucker. They be rolling
No, I'm
dexterity.
fucking alive.
Dexterity.
Very ranged.
Treated as good advantage again.
Yep.
Actually, he's moving around, so only do it as a small advantage. Because that's from your fire control. That's the bonus from your fire control.
Yeah. Boop. There you go. I shot him better than I shot the tank.
You rolled a 6, or I doubt he's going to be able to dodge that, though, even on his first attempt.
Oh, man. Oh. You fuck loser.
Got a 2-die dodge. And that's short.
Damn.
It's a hell of a roll, man. 40 pounds. Oh, he got a 6. Okay, so roll and add your damage.
Holy dog shit. Mad Mart rolled a 41.
Boom.
It's 1 die plus 65.
Wow.
Oh,
Hey,
I missed.
I like your double plus, baby. Cancel that shit out. No damage. Yeah.
Oh, he's eating it. 65 points or 69 points. Did undone. It's a joke. He's eating it. 69. 39. He took 30 points. Pop a good shot in the lower right shoulder, like about the armpit area, about the left titty through the back. But he's still on his horse. He's slumped down to the side of his horse. He's still riding though.
Oh, I still got
Oh,
3 more
shit.
actions, so it won't be when I'm done.
So I'm gonna try and use first aid on Sinclair.
Pop another shot.
Of course I am. Oh wait, no, I have to use this action to reload.
Oh, somebody keeps track of ammos. Kudos and bonus points.
Now I can do it.
So
Maybe
your third
I
action.
goes with
Yeah, so it's 2 action penalty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
geez.
Whoa.
Then in that
Got an
case,
email.
I'll do.
My sniper rifle made a noise.
Oh wait, you still gotta check my hotmail.
Well, he does have a cybernetic eye and ear. Got fucking Yahoo. You've got mail
Okay.
going on.
I was trying to aim, Yahoo, Jesus.
Close that window out for a minute. Minimize.
Damn it, Siri. Or
Alexa, close that window.
not now, Alexa.
I'm trying to kill people.
God damn it, Alexa.
You cold.
You rolled
Oh
a
my
6
god,
again?
roll it again.
Bonus wild.
Ooh, baby.
32. This guy is making his dexterity. Advantage, action penalty 1.
No.
No.
I'm here to end your fucking life, boy.
Another damage roll, 1 die plus.
We're gonna kill you, motherfuckers. Ooh.
I'm gonna put a fucking
No, he's
bullet through
fucked.
your fucking head.
Oh shit! Sinclair might not make it.
Think you're so cool, you're not.
52.
16.
16, yeah. Gone.
Boom.
Cool. So intellect and first aid. Aperture.
Whoops, looks like
First shot
fucking
almost
dead.
drops him off the horse. Second shot definitely drops him off the horse.
Whoops, looks like you're fucking dead.
Run up and pee on him.
Teabag.
Damn, somebody's gonna shoot me twice! She's fucking pissed.
But you're just like, son of a bitch, shoot me twice, and
Oh,
it's just like
positive
2 fucking bullets, just like right over your shoulder.
29.
He falls off. The horse gets confused because he's no longer an active user, and it starts rolling around in defensive parameter mode. Just scrambles about the field.
And then I'll just pass it on to the next.
All right, the rider gurgles.
Lie on the ground.
He gurgles for 4 actions worth of gurgling.
He uses 3 actions to gurgle and 4 and his 4th action to die.
He does 2 gurgles, a reload, 1 gurgle, and then dies. Then cuts to Zeke. Zeke, you have a dying horse slowly sliding down, or actually rapidly slid down behind you. And Sinclair has tumbled off forward, and as you spin around to acknowledge this, you see that blood's pooling out from beneath Sinclair.
Hmm.
It is now, of course, your turn to act, so... Would you want to diagnose what the hell is wrong with him first?
It's probably bullets, I think, maybe.
I think he just got stung by a bunch of bees. But
To find out the severity of his injuries.
His horse bit him.
Intellect medicine.
he shot the horse because it bit him.
To me, that makes the most sense. If somebody's injured and wounded, sure, you know he's shot, but you have to check the severity of the wounds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking through your features too.
What do you think happened to him? I think maybe he got shot. Nah.
But you roll him over, and definitely you see three gunshots through him. 2 look like they might be serious, like very serious, but it's hard to tell because there's so much blood, and he's, and the other one looks like it's not really superficial, but it's not where the others are at, but it's just only adding further chaos to what's going on. But yeah, he definitely took 3 rounds from the open. The horse looks like it took the most of it, though.
All right, better fix up that horse.
Now, if you want to, you can do... Was it medicine's about diagnosing and surgery? First aid to me would make the most sense. Oh, aptitude and first aid is...
Ezekiel gets up and starts running towards Bull and Harry.
Yeah, this is a stabilized roll. Because it's not. I don't care what anybody says in the game. Within a 3-second time interval, you don't automatically stabilize somebody. It's like, oh yeah, I just go up to him and go, touch him. 3 seconds later, yeah, he's cool. He's gonna live.
Gets shot by a bullet, and you look at him, and he's like, "I'm fine."
Oh man, what happened? I just took some of your ball skin to cover up the holes. No problem.
Basically, you spin around, you notice he's been injured, and you spend your time, focus your efforts now. Seeing how the shootings seem to have stopped after you see Mark peg the dude off the horse, you start treating Sinclair. You stabilize him temporarily, but he looks like he's definitely going to need some attention. He's shot up pretty bad. Um, that would basically be the last of combat, other than them shooting around with the droids and stuff like that. We'll just treat that as you got the Rusty has the people in the mech held at bay. They surrendered. The last rider's gone, and Mingo and the others are going around shooting the whatchamadoodles.
The Roger Rogers.
Yeah, the little sentry drones. Notice Harry go running up, and he looks to be preoccupied with Bull. And he's looking about the battlefield with Bull, but at the same time, he's making sure that everything around him's all right.
Well, Fumbles is pissing on the rider. And probably throwing a grenade at the droids that are down at the bottom there. At the same time.
The 2 men inside of the coach
I'm sure
throw up their hands, and they basically surrender. Whatever you do with them, you do with them. The guy on the gunner, he very reluctantly gives up. He looks down at the body of his fallen mentor, and appears to have that, we could have been Brokeback Mountain look in his face,
Wow.
Well, no, he doesn't look and go, "Oh, that's my dick," he just looks like it, like you said, he was torn between continuing to fight and not. He just kind of looks down, then looks at you, but he very reluctantly he joins the ranks of the other two surrendering.
And then Rusty stomps on him with his mech.
You know what? I'll give you this. If you clean the rust bucket up, I'll let you live.
I'm gonna take parts from this thing and put them on my mech.
He just said he would let you live, not everybody else. So there's your loophole whenever they kind of collect on that. So I'm pretty sure Harry's not going to let those guys live.
I thought you said we could live. Who said that? He did? I never said anything about any of these people. I said me.
Loopholes, baby.
As you're stabilizing Sinclair, like I said, you notice Harry's over there fiddling with Bull. He finally manages to spot you, Ezekiel, and he gives you a shout. He's like, "Get your ass over here now!"
Mad Max tries to stand up, or Mark tries to stand up out of the sand and accidentally shoots himself in the foot with a sniper rifle. 65 damage and dies.
Oh shit!
But you go over to check Bull, and it looks like he's taken 2 rounds. But they appear to be clean pass-through shots, and he appears to be more dazed than anything. And once you start poking and prodding, his eyes flash open like that Terminator style, And he looks down at your hands, touching him, and he immediately brushes you off with one arm. He just knocks you off of him, and he stands to his feet. And he staggers a bit from the weight and the bulk of his machine gun. He lets the Gatling gun drop down, and he just hits the clasp and lets it drop off his shoulders, and he starts looking around. He looks down and surveys the scene of the wagon and stuff, and he just kind of gives a grin, like it's more like a smirk almost, just an ugly smirk. Just kind of grins, snorts, kind of triumphant, but at the same time a little pissed at the fact that he was knocked down. You can clearly see 2 bullet holes through him, but it's kind of that Jesse Ventura type. I ain't got time to bleed. Basically translating to he was shot, but he's not out. But they're rounding up everything. It eventually comes time to where y'all are going to go up to the coach to examine your booty. Assuming that you will be dragging Sinclair around. Harry is not happy with the fact that the kid, because he is in serious condition. Are you going to say anything to Harry about that, or? What? Harry does not take this news well at all. He's brooding very heavily and very dark, almost to the point of fuming and shaking. As he's doing this, you notice Mingo and the others, as they manage to mop up the rest of the drones, they immediately ride to the coach and start clinging on to it like greedy pirates. They don't even check back in with anything. Buckshot, he goes waddling down. And they start going, what do we get? What do we get? And he's like, I told you, amigos, we have the treasure. And they start checking their prizes and stuff like that.
Can I fire a shot from where I am so that it rings off the metal?
If you wanted to, yeah.
Puts them all into alert so they all get back down.
You fire the shot and they all turn to you, weapons drawn, looking at what the hell drew it.
Well, I'm way over here still. I haven't moved from my spot yet.
Being a weirdo?
Yeah.
And Fumbles doing his pants back up and ducks down. What the hell is this shooting? I thought we was done. Around.
Oh shit.
And then once I fire that shot, I'm gonna walk over.
The banditos that were clinging to the tank eventually managed to see you coming down, and they are leering at you quite heavily and angrily. Harry immediately spins around to see you come out after following the gunshot noise. He looks, he's already frowning and fuming, and he just points to the ground next to him, basically like, get your ass here. In turn, once y'all gathered up, y'all's group starts to approach the tank, or the stagecoach. And Harry immediately starts making his way up towards it. As he makes his way up towards it, he goes to the side that's not ripped open, as you're holding them at bay. He goes up and he proceeds to swing open the door. Bull is beside him, wounded, making sure Harry's safe, of course. Without saying a word, Harry looks around inside. He looks down to the shooter. He looks down over towards the gunner, who's now climbed down and is inside the cabin. Then he looks over towards the driver. Like I said, he's already dark and fuming. Without saying a word, he just pulls out his magnum opus, which is his heavy revolver. He just pulls it out and puts a round right through the fucking driver's head. Gunshot goes right through his head into the console behind him, and like you see sparks fly as some of the machinery and shit explodes. Doesn't say a word, he just shoots him and then just puts the gun back in his holster. And he's like, get what we came for.
Where should do it?
I guess we'll get what we came for then, huh?
Okay. As y'all start to make your way looting about stuff, you notice the two guys inside basically start to protest. They're freaking out, like, oh my god, he shot him, he shot Clem, oh, they're gonna kill us. And meanwhile, Mingo and the others are gathering around like, hey, kill you all right? He says, yeah, we might have to stake you out to the sun and flay you alive. Baptiste here might have his way with you. And Baptiste's like, Baptiste, he stings worse than fire ants. And they're just totally freaking out. Eventually, they're dragged from the coach as y'all go to inside to pull out the look for the payload and all that stuff.
Yeah, so
and as they're dragged out and tossed to the ground, they start, doing that half scramble, then realize they're surrounded. Then they start whining and complaining even more. Harry, who's already got his back towards everybody, fuming and angry, spins around, looks down at him, looks down over towards Sinclair, looks over at Bullet, who's standing there bleeding. He just, without saying another word, he pulls his gun out again. This time it's his rifle, his tour de force. And he just fucking shoots both of them dead.
Goddamn.
Doesn't say a word other than his original pre-aforementioned statement of "get the shit we came for." Yeah, that's definitely one of those moments where things go silent. You know, like, oh shit, the boss is pissed. You know.
Yeah, I fired that one shot because I wanted to be sure that he was the first one in there. Wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too. Was back off, you fucking, you know.
Yeah, it's not your. It's you might have done it, but it's not your shit.
Yeah, what was it? They used to say, "Fuck off, you buzzards."
Zeke nods and says, "Yeah, I see it too."
But y'all start looting everything and start pulling out. And yes, there's definitely a strong chest that contains the town's payrolls. Think of it as your traditional D&D. I just opened a fucking pirate's chest full of booties, nothing but bits. And it's got, like I said, it's got the town's monthly wages. But also, in addition to that, you start rooting through, you notice that there's also a shipment of what appears to be power tribs, which is most of your electronic devices here run off of batteries. They call them tribs. There's a decent supply of tribs. There's also, looks like what might be a mixture of medicinal supplies mixed with maybe some kind of alchemical ingredients and stuff like that. You know, basically healing stuff that they would send to town. And various electrical components and stuff like that. But the main thing that looks the most valuable of all is the payroll. Well, y'all five, or I'm assuming Rusty's going to be in the mech, utilizing the mech. But I'll go ahead and let all of y'all, because he's not inside of a mech. You know, half of his body's external as well. All of y'all give me a intelligence search roll, unless your features let you use some other ability besides intelligence. But it's going to be a search skill roll.
I'm pretty fucking dumb.
Oh. Zeke problem with that 30.
Doesn't Zeke allow him to use it instead of search? Is that what you did? That's what you did? Zypher and Mad Mark, as you're searching through and looting and stuff like that, I'm assuming that y'all would be pulling the bodies out too and organizing stuff in piles and stuff. As you're pulling out the driver, your attention's drawn to his console section. It's blood splattered and mostly destroyed, but you can't help but notice they have a radio communication device, and it appears to be blinking red, but there's a solid green light above it. The blinking red indicates that the machine is no longer working, but the green light is kind of like holding pattern, like there's an incoming message that's supposed to be trying to come in.
Mark's gonna turn to Zeke and hey, and then he's gonna just nod to the console.
The machine's not working, so you can make an operate roll, but it's not going to do anything because the machine's not working. Engineering is trying to fix stuff and stuff like that. But like I said, currently y'all two basically put 2 and 2 together and they go, it looks like there's a transmission trying to come in. But like I said, you've just literally noticed it and acknowledged it to one another. Now it's up to y'all.
Would it be its intellect engineering to try to fix it?
Well, yeah, but think it like you're in that situation. You know, he tells you to go loot. Your boss tells you to go loot something. You go to loot stuff, and you found an unexpected surprise. What do you do as a person? How would you react as your character?
Zeke's gonna kind of do a
They'd probably
like
step
coup
over
de
to the
grace
door and be like,
on the
"Boss,
kid
we found something interesting in here."
with his scalpel
Fuming mad, he spins around. He's like,
and the horse
"What?"
as well. Put them out of their
Incoming message to the radio system.
and then get on his horse.
They had a radio.
Looks like it.
He looks
Yep.
doubly pissed now. If he could, he'd probably shoot these bastards again. The mood was right.
And Mark looks at him again. He goes, "Definitely had."
God damn it. Any way to figure out what
I
it
know
was?
that the injuries are serious.
No, right now
I
can try
heard
to
the
fix
transmission too. Yep.
Shudders.
Yeah,
He's
the
so
horse is
angry.
dead. The kid is
Do what you
vaguely
can. We
injured.
gotta
I heard the
vominos from here
transmission,
quick.
The deputy's coming in,
All right.
and
Then I'm gonna
Mingo is
and
just going to
fix
slow
it.
us down. Not Mingo, sorry. The
Yeah,
kid's
that would
just
be
gonna
an
slow us down.
aptitude and engineering roll to
I
try
tried
and
to-
jerry-rig it to figure out what it is.
I have 2 in engineering, I think. And then I'm gonna see.
Yes.
I don't think any of my abilities do anything. They don't.
Yep.
I do
Sneak
now
check.
realize
So
that I
would
had
be,
inert, which means I should have put +9 to
Dex and Sneak.
the stamina rolls, which we were doing earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What I have,
Whatever.
I am Moot.
Yeah, Sneak is out. So it's Dex plus 4.
There we go.
If she made the 9 on the stamina, then you wouldn't have been the -1 penalty, so we'll treat it as a 21.
Okay.
You get a difficult engineering, you patchwork it together, and the incoming message is what you managed to fix. And as it's crackling static throughout the one speaker that you've managed to get jury-rigged, you start hearing a broadcast being transmitted, and you start hearing,
Not the gun.
Red Rover 1, Red Rover 1,
I have a scalpel.
Red Rover 1, this is Deputy Bryce. We received your message. Currently inbound. I repeat, Red Rover 1, Red Rover 1, this is Deputy Bryce. We're currently incoming. Are you there? Over.
But we can't reply to that. This is broken.
Yeah, shot him through the head. He destroyed it.
And then I'm gonna go back over to the door and be like, "We might want to move, boss."
He don't say nothing. He just looks.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Deputy's on his way.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Yeah.
Cuts a look back over to the kid.
And I'll be like, I'm just
Stares
gonna
at
be
Mingo
like,
real
when I
long
do,
and
I'll be
hard.
like, it's okay, kid. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. We'll take good care of you.
Let's get out of here now.
Just quickly just nick the artery.
And we will close out with whatever y'all want to respond as, and that's probably how we'll end it for tonight.
And I make sure that the last thing he sees is me in that mask.
I'm just gonna carry the shit, I guess. Mount up on the horse. Pretend like I haven't been shot twice.
No, and Zeke is a dark motherfucker.
Oof.
Do a
Zeke just killing everybody.
You're gonna kill the kid?
And Zeke's gonna be like, yeah, boss.
You're seriously gonna kill him?
He didn't make it.
I'm asking you serious. Don't second guess yourself. If that's what you want to do, that's what you do.
I tell him that. With like grief.
Okay, well, the horse is dead. Yeah, the horse is dead. The kid, yeah.
He was shot thrice, boss. I tried to stop the blood flow, but I couldn't. Just couldn't save him.
Mingo too.
Please, by all
Everybody
means,
dies.
please, by all means, give me a sneak check when you do this. I'm assuming you have a scalpel. It's very easy just to poke it into the side of the neck and sever a jugular. Yeah. And don't you have bonuses or something for all of your features or some shit? No, you use your sneak instead of dodge. That's what it was.
Did he shoot the kid?
No,
Trying to be sneaky, just pops him in the head with a shotgun. Throws a grenade or something.
Puts a grenade in his mouth. Runs away.
Rest in peace.
No, the kid exploded. What are we gonna do about it?
Awesome.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if those injuries are life-threatening or what, but I mean,
So you go down and
Stop.
like